Sutton in their all amber kit, amber shirts, amber shorts and amber socks. Shrewsbury in the third kit tonight, all black. The Shrewsbury Town kit here tonight in South London. Great to have your company here as always on BBC Radio Shropshire, 96 FM, DAB and online too. Welcome as well to listeners of BBC 5 Live Sports Extra 3. Great to have you with us for our coverage of this FA Cup second round tie. Well, the stage is set then, here we go. Sutton United will have kick-off. They will be playing towards the Gander Green lane end in this first half under the lights. Pitch is in very good condition here as well. It's rained very heavily in the hour and a half or so leading up until kick-off, but it has stopped raining for the time being at least, and hopefully that will remain to be the case for the supporters who are a little bit exposed to the elements on some parts of the ground with no cover on some of the terracing. Shrewsbury look to build down the right here with Hoole, plays it forward. Here's the 17-year-old England. Nice ball played out to Clucas on the left-hand side in the penalty area. Clucas still just looking after the ball nicely, has support here from Boyle. Boyle, the captain, well forward, the central defender. Boyle does really well to squeeze a cross in, which is headed away by Sutton at the near post. Now the long ball played up over halfway. There's a coming together there between Sam Stubbs, and he's shown a very early yellow card there. Stubbs and Naderson, the Sutton forward, 15 yards inside the Shrewsbury half, and straight away yellow card for Sam Stubbs. That's not ideal, is it, picking up such an early yellow card, Jamie?
No, and a long way to go for Sam Stubbs on a booking. We know what a physical player he is. He likes to be touch tight. He likes to go into the tackle. He likes to have an argument and a disagreement. But he's got to be on top form now. And you saw there just one ball. That's not a good start. One ball and they were in there. So that's something they need to switch on to.
Sutton free kick taken short. Jennings works it out to the right hand side. Patient from Sutton. Here's Jake Taylor. Gets his pass away to Ogbonna. Sutton building forward down the left hand side this time. Stubbs getting very tight to Ogbonna, who looks after the ball nicely. Here's Ogbonna once again. He's challenged by Lloyd, who scored twice against Gillingham a week ago, and the free kick goes away of Sutton. They take it quickly. They have the ball inside their own half with Taylor. Sutton just trying to give as many of their players as possible an early touch with the ball here, just passing the ball sideways and backwards around the halfway line. They work it out to the right hand side now to Simper, 10-goal top scorer, no way through. Shrewsbury stand firm, and that'll be a Shrewsbury throw in front of that fairly small terrace on the far side of the ground. The TV gantry illuminated, the lights are on in the gantry on top of that side of this stadium. The Shrewsbury will have a throw, which is taken long by Clucas, looking for Lloyd, couldn't find him. Ruffles goes back to Clucas again. Back pass option looks the most likely, and he decides to goes back to Druck, calling green, and the goalkeeper clears long, right-footed first time, and that one just sails into touch, and it will be a throw to Sutton in the right back position to be taken here by Hayden Muller. Telford drawing 2-2 with Southport in a 3 o'clock kick-off, so all over at the Sears Stadium. Telford led at half time, Southport went 2-1 up, and then Telford equalised to ensure the points were shared in that National North game. Sutton throw then in the right back position. Shrewsbury win it. Ball helped on by Young England, looking for Lloyd. Here's Scully for Shrewsbury on the far side. He's challenged, just about emerges with the ball. Ruffles now 25 yards from goal to England. Pushes it further to this right hand side to Hoole. Hoole's ball forward is intercepted. Ogbonna in the left back position here for Sutton, looks after the ball nicely. Sutton playing a bit of football inside their penalty area. They've been dispossessed. Cabia to England, he's dispossessed as well now, and Sutton making a pretty hard work of clearing the danger. Commendable. They want to play a bit of football and not put put their foot through the ball, and in the end they get a free kick on the edge of their penalty area.
Yeah, that's a really good sign for Shrewsbury, Stu. If Sutton are going to do that, try and play their way out, it's a good way to play football, but there is going to be some risk to that. and Shrewsbury need to hunt in packs, just like they're doing. Isaac England playing a little bit further forward, it looks like, but really good hunting from the boys there.
Here comes Sutton looking for the ball through the middle towards Naderson. Shrewsbury deal with it. They go back to Will Druck, who clears first time, right-footed. That goes all the way through to the keeper. We think back to the first round. Shrewsbury's tired South Shields. They had to really soak up considerable pressure early on from the North Eastern club that day. They could have been 1, maybe 2-0 down inside the opening 5 minutes. But then they went up the other end and scored 3 fairly quick goals and really took control of the tie. Sutton just knocking the ball around again inside their own half. Jennings on the ball. They go back to the keeper, Jack Sims, between the posts. Again, very confident from Sutton, playing football inside their penalty area. They go back to Sims. He uses the captain here, Prutty, plays it forward. He's given the ball back by Harris. Challenge goes in, advantage played by the referee, and here's Simper making good progress deep into Shrewsbury territory, flicks it forward. Nice football from Sutton. They try and play an incisive ball forward, and it's well intercepted by Anderson. And now Hall brings the ball away. He'll find Cabia midway inside the Shrewsbury half right hand side. Cabia, the on-loan Arsenal player, is caught. Down he goes. Shrewsbury free kick. But already we're seeing plenty of evidence of what a good footballing side and a confident side Sutton United are here, Jamie Tolley.
Yeah, definitely, Stu. That was really good play from Sutton. I'll take my hat off to them there. Really, really good play. They stayed composed when Shrewsbury were pressing. But if I was Michael, I would be screaming at my team to keep that press up, keep going, keep believing in it, keep pressing them high, because they'll make a mistake. And if they make a mistake in and around the 18-yard box, make sure the Shrewsbury boys are there to pounce on it and be clinical in front of goal. Don't give them a second to breathe, especially if they're trying to play out like that. But good play from Sutton, I'll give them that, Stu. But keep pressing Shrewsbury, keep pushing them under pressure around the 18-yard box.
Well, Sutton have a throw in the right back position. They go back to the right hand side of their penalty area. Prutty just uses Sims, the goalkeeper, all in blue tonight. The Sutton United number 1 is Eccleston to Prutty again, who will just work it to this left hand side to Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor and a Jake Taylor of the Sutton starting 11 tonight. Shrewsbury can win the ball here maybe with England, who goes in for the challenge. Ogbonna wins it for Sutton though. Ogbonna again, challenged by England. Ball goes out, and final touch was off the Sutton player there, so it will be a Shrewsbury throw midway inside the Sutton half. Shrewsbury playing towards the Collingwood Road end here, which is half terrace and half yellow seated stand. But can't see many of those yellow seats because most of them have been occupied now. Good crowd, good atmosphere inside this South London ground tonight. Ball played forward long by Sutton this time, and Stubbs, who collected that yellow card, deals with it, puts the ball out of play. Will be a Sutton throw. United is the chant of the home supporters. Here comes Sutton then with Taylor. It'll use Harris. Very patient this time from Sutton, just building forward down the left hand side. Ogbonna breaks into the box. Hall goes across, makes a challenge. Sutton fans, some of them are appealing for a penalty. Referee not interested. No appeals from the players either, it should be said. And here comes Town with Ruffles. He'll find Lloyd, and Lloyd is caught there by Eden Pruty, the Sutton captain, and referee, no hesitation. Jacob Miles quickly pulls out the yellow card. So a centre half on both teams now has collected an early yellow card here.
Yeah, and that's something that George Lloyd should take note of. Try and play on him a little bit more, make them runs in behind. Clearly got the beating of him for pace. That's 100% for sure. You could see that the Sutton defender was panicking a little bit there as soon as George Lloyd let the ball slide across his body and going into the loads of space in behind him that there was, Stu. And that's a big plus for Shrewsbury. I really believe, Stu, that if Shrewsbury press as a group, they could nick something off this Sutton back line. I think it's there for the taking.
Shrewsbury free kicks then, some 45 yards from goal near the touchline, taken by Clucas, headed on, flag is up as Scully goes after the loose ball, and no danger there for Sutton, and it will be a Sutton free kick just on the just inside their penalty area. Sutton, who of course famously hit the FA Cup headlines in the 1988-89 season with that third round victory over then top flight Coventry City 2-1. Tony Raines and Matthew Hanlon with the goals. Coventry had won the FA Cup at Wembley just a couple of years earlier, and more recently they've reached the 5th round of the FA Cup, beating the likes of Leeds United en route before eventually losing here to Arsenal in the last 16. That was a 2016 to 17 season, so they've got some FA Cup pedigree of Sutton United, and they would love to feature in that 3rd round draw on Monday evening, which is scheduled for about 20 to 7 on Monday evening. Of course, Shrewsbury desperate to be in there as well. Sutton just keeping the ball moving out to the right hand side. They try and get Simper on the ball. The experienced Klukas goes over, deals with the former Premier League player. Played Premier League football with Hull City and Swansea. Klukas. City wins Shrewsbury a throw directly in front of that TV gantry on the far side as we look on from our vantage position at the back of the main stand. Town work it back to Stubbs, who takes a touch. He's challenged by Harris, gets the ball forward. Sutton return it with interest. Shrewsbury look for Lloyd now, and he will find Cabia, who controls the ball nicely. Cabia looks for Gould. Cabia was caught there. Cabia has stayed down, and he is in considerable pain there. The challenge coming in from David Ogbonna, and Cabia goes down and stays down, which is worrying.
Yeah, it's a naughty one, that, Stewie. Cabia has worked the ball onto his right foot just to play his teammate in Luca Huel down this side, and it was a lazy challenge right on the inside of his ankle. It can be a dangerous one, that can. And I would have been annoyed if I was in that team. I would have been over. I would have been saying some things to him for sure, because that's a naughty challenge. It's a late one, and rightfully he's shown a yellow card. So that's two players for Sutton that are already on a yellow card, so that's something for us to keep an eye on.
Shrewsbury free kick then, 5-6 yards inside the Sutton half, 5 yards in from the near side touchline. Will be taken by Klukas, left footed diagonally, and the referee stops the game. He spotted something he's not happy with, and that will be a Sutton free kick. That's frustrating. A couple of times Shrewsbury have had free kicks in decent positions, and they've come to absolutely nothing. Yeah,
massively frustrating, especially for the set piece specialists that they've worked on in training, and the big centre halves. They make a 40-yard run up to make a challenge for the set piece, and then the referee blows his whistle for 2 fouls. Yeah, it's silly, and it's something that they need to sort out, because it's a really, really good opportunity. Got some height in that side, Stu, haven't they? So when the big boys come up, use the opportunity.
Sutton have a throw, they take it short, they have the ball on the right hand side, no way through. Shrewsbury get the challenge in, ball goes out of play, and it will be another throw to Sutton. Started the weekend 17th in the National League. They are one of the form teams in that division though at the moment, and they'll be looking to continue to keep moving in the right direction. Throw-in is taken short down the line by Eccleston. Shrewsbury get the challenge in, and it will be another throw here to Sutton. Important that Shrewsbury keep their focus, keep their concentration at all times here. Sutton work the ball neatly into the penalty area. Boyle gets in a challenge, but Sutton still in possession here with Harris. And has he won a corner here? Yes, he has. Good play again from Sutton, who are causing Shrewsbury Town 1 or 2 problems at the moment with their movement and their confidence in possession. And they forced a corner here, the team for the National League.
Yeah, they've got fantastic movement, especially in the centre of the park. I think it's Jack Taylor that is a key component to that. He likes to get on the football, likes to get him ticking. So that's something that Shrewsbury have to stay aware, try and get tight to him, England or Ruffles, and stop the play.
Sutton corner, here it comes, right-footed, ball bouncing around invitingly, cleared by Ruffles. Simper lifts the ball out to that right-hand side again. Shrewsbury deal with it initially, and now the ball turned forward. There's no one there in an all-black Shrewsbury Town kit to get after it though, and the goalkeeper for Sutton, Sims, well out of his area, plays it short to Prutu. Sutton build here down the left-hand side. Hull goes across, makes a challenge on Eccleston, and it will be a Sutton free kick just in for the touchline. And with the ball at his feet is Jack Taylor, who takes it short back to Prutty. Works it out to the right-hand side to Muller. Sutton just knocking the ball around again with a great deal of confidence near the halfway line. They look for the incisive ball inside Hoole here, looking for Ogbonna down the left hand side. That's good defending though from Hoole. Just ensured there was no way that David Ogbonna was going to get past him, and the ball goes behind, and that will be a goal kick, and it remains with 14 and a half minutes played here. Sutton United 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. Jamie Tolley. Yeah,
good defending from Luca Huell. I fancy him 9 times out of 10. If the ball slid in behind him in a foot race, I fancy him all the time, Stu, to be honest. Good defending. Let's hope that he can try and get on the front foot, and let's see this Shrewsbury side move up the field as a group a little bit more, try and get a few passes going. We haven't really seen that from the Shrewsbury side up to now. It's been all Sutton, to be honest, and it's something that we need to get. Anthony Scully, Ismail Kabir, Ruffles, England need to get control of this football match and settle everyone down.
Well, Sutton just working the ball across the defensive line here. They work it into midfield now to Harris, who turns away well from Anderson. Harris goes on, he'll find Ogbonna here. Ogbonna, low ball comes in, well defended by Boyle. Hoole's got to be careful, and he does well with Ogbonna on his shoulder and clears the ball to safety, but Anderson was struggling there, and Sutton ran at him, and that was a dangerous attack, and Shrewsbury in the end just about deal with it.
Yeah, that was a little bit concerning for me, Stu, that Tom Anderson went in tight, got rolled far too easy by the Sutton forward, and as soon as he rolled him, he was away, wasn't he? And there was no way Tom Anderson was going to catch up to him. So that's something that Michael needs to get a grip of. His players around him need to get a grip of that, because that was our concern coming into this fixture, would be the pace at the back, and obviously that's not a great start for Tom Anderson.
Good play again from Ogbonna, who's made a good start for Sutton on this left hand side. He's won the home side a corner here in front of that terraced end, the Gander Green Lane end. Shrewsbury have to defend this Sutton United corner, so we've got the option of the short corner here. Ogbonna stood very close to the corner taker, but I think the ball might come into the middle here, and it will, towards the far post. Shrewsbury get the head on it, important head, but Harris will keep it in, will he? No, he'll settle for the throw for Sutton on the right hand side. Sutton in there all amber. Reliably informed it is amber, but so it could be called yellow. The team sheet even says amber shirts, amber shorts and amber socks, so there you are. Sutton playing some good football here down the right hand side. Ball comes in, takes a deflection off Stubbs. Anderson wasn't, and the ball goes behind, and it's going to be another corner to Sutton here, who are asking quite a few questions here of Michael Appleton's Shrewsbury Town. It's been a very good start from the National League Club, of course a Football League Club until very recently, 3 years as members of the 92 Sutton. Corner is taken short, ball whipped in from the right hand side, and it's a fine save from Will Brook. It was nearly an own goal there. Ball headed towards his own net. May have been Clucas, and a superb reflex save from Brook, who couldn't have been expecting it at all, to push it up and over the bar and keep the ball out and keep it a 0-0. That was a nervy moment. Corner pulled back to the edge of the box by Sutton. That's a bit of a waste, actually, if truth be told. The ball played forward by Taylor, and he runs behind, and that will be a goal kick. But Clucas will be very relieved there. He was trying to do his best to... It's an awkward ball in from the right, wasn't it? But he's facing the wrong way. Flicked off his head, and great moment from the goalkeeper. Really good save.
Yeah, fantastic save from Will Brook there, helping his mate out. I think Sam Clucas will give him a hug at half time for saving him the blushes there. But I think when a defender finds himself heading towards his own goal, that tells you one thing and one thing only, that he's out of position, and he needs to get back in, get facing the right way so that your clearances go in the right direction. But hats off to Will Brook to stay alive. He wouldn't have anticipated that was going to fly at him, and it flew off Sam Clucas' head, didn't it? It was a fantastic save.
And she's got a free kick there. Harris has just been caught offside. It's in the Shrewsbury penalty area, which Will Brook will take in his all green goalkeeping kit. Recently signed a 2.5-year extension to his initial deal at Shrewsbury Town. 2.5-year new contract, and he has done very well since coming into Shrewsbury Town in the early weeks of the season, taking over from the on-loan Manchester United youngster Eli Harrison between the posts. Sutton go back to their own goalkeeper here, Sims. Shrewsbury almost closing down, and good composure again from Sutton, but you do wonder if they keep doing that at times, might Shrewsbury just win the ball in a really telling position. Here's Cabia, 5 yards inside his own half, and he's challenged and goes down under the challenge of Jack Taylor, who came through the academy here at Sutton. Shrewsbury take the free kick, and they completely wasted. Ball swept out to the far side. It's overhit. Doesn't give Kalukas any sort of opportunity, and it will be a Sutton throw in the right back position.
For me, Stu, we come to these non-league stadiums in the Cup. We went to South Shields. We've come to Sutton this evening, and it baffles you, doesn't it? That you think, you watch these teams and how comfortable they are with the football, their movement off the ball, and how much they want to play football. And then Shrewsbury, on the other hand, they get the ball and they can't manage to put 2-3 passes together. It does baffle me sometimes, and it's something that we want to see a massive improvement in. Of course we do, and I know we just want to see Shrewsbury win. It's about winning the FA Cup, of course it is, but it does baffle you, doesn't it, when you think we can't seem to put 3-4 passes together.
Yeah, been very impressed with Sutton's football so far. Here they come again, just putting the passes together just inside the Shrewsbury half. They go back to this left-hand side. Here's Ogbonna skips inside the challenge of Hoole. Ogbonna goes on, pushes it forward, and he's fouled there. Combination of Hoole and England were doing their best to stop David Ogbonna, and eventually it will be a free kick to Sutton United. 2 players standing over this ball for the home side. Jack Taylor's going to take it short. He's given the ball back. Sutton just continuing to play their passing game. The head coach here, Chris Agata, doing a really good job here. Ball played forward, knocked down in the penalty area. Shrewsbury can clear here with England. The free kick given against him. England tried to clear, but his momentum ensures he catches a Sutton player, the leading goal scorer, Simper, and a free kick to Sutton in a really menacing position. From a Shrewsbury point of view, what are we talking? 20 yards, left of centre. Possibilities here for Sutton United. Yeah,
it's a great position for a free kick, Stu, just outside the 18-yard box, just slightly left of centre, favours the right footer, I would say. But Shrewsbury have allowed Sutton to gain a lot of belief in their passing game. I think they look really confident. I think there hasn't been a real tackle to fly in from Shrewsbury play. It's all too nice. They need to press Sutton, get in their faces. But really good opportunity for Sutton here. Yeah, good chance. It would be Jennings who will go for goal, and Jennings has put it just wide. That was close. Kai Jennings tried to curl it into the top corner of the net, and that wasn't too far away at all. That was close. Too close from the Shrewsbury point of view, you might say. Great effort from Jennings, and he almost picked out the top corner, but it remained Sutton 0, Shrewsbury 0. Yeah, that looked, from where we're sat, Stu, we thought that's got every chance of flying in the top corner. It was a fantastic free kick, just flicked it over, aiming for that top left-hand corner of Will Brooks' goal. But thankfully, from a Shrewsbury perspective, it went just wide. But Shrewsbury can't give opportunities like that to Sutton in and around the 18-yard box. They need, like I said, like I touched on, they need to get in their faces. It's all too nice at the moment. They're giving Sutton the belief that they can just play football through them, and they need to get tight, get in their faces, and stop and playing this brand of football. Well, Sutton continues to look the more dangerous side. Long ball played forward here, and it runs away from Taylor, Jack Taylor, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw to be taken inside their own half. Michael Appleton stood on the edge of his technical area, got the blue and amber woolly Shrewsbury Town hat on, as he often does, watching on from the inside of the pitch, hands in pockets. Michael Appleton, who had a significant birthday, shall we say, earlier this week. He turned 50, the Shrewsbury Town head coach. Here comes Shrewsbury looking for Lloyd. No ball through towards Lloyd, and again it's Sutton who play with a lot of confidence inside their own half, and again they're moving it really nicely, and they try and lift it out to this left hand side, and it's slightly overhead, a bit too high, and it will go into touch, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw. But Sutton look the more dangerous side of that, there is no doubt, in these opening 24 minutes, and they've got close a couple of times already. Here's
the 17-year-old for Shrewsbury Town. Shrewsbury born, Isaac England, playing for his hometown club. Ball worked out to the left-hand side. Shrewsbury in possession with Boyle. Into the feet of Clucas. Back it goes to Boyle. And here's Clucas. Once again, it's all in front of him this time. Diagonal ball is a really good one, picking out Hoole. Hoole challenged by Ogbonna, and Hoole does well, turns away from the Sutton player. On goes Hoole. Ogbonna wouldn't give that one up. Good challenge comes in, but it will be an attacking throw for Shrewsbury Town as they move forward down this right hand side.
Yeah, much better from Shrewsbury. I think that's the first time, Stu, that they've put their foot on the ball. They've kept it, they've been composed, they've worked it. I think Clucas got free on that left hand side, got his head up. Great run down this right hand side for Clucas. Massive switch from Clucas, which I think is going to be on this evening. And then it's about Huell then, 1v1. Ogbonna did really well to defend, but dangerous position now for Shrewsbury. Let's use the height that we've got in the team for these set pieces.
Well, Stubbs with the long throw into the 6-yard box. It's flicked on, headed down by Clucas. Defended well by Sutton. It will be Ruffles who will collect the ball on the left hand side. In fact, he'll settle for a throw here. The Shrewsbury fans out on that far side. It's a good effort, isn't it, again, from the Shrewsbury fans who have travelled in impressive numbers to make this long journey. It is a long journey as well from Shropshire to this part of South London. First time Shrewsbury's travels have ever brought them here to the home of Sutton United. Of course, when Sutton had their 3 seasons in the Football League recently, Shrewsbury were playing at level higher in League One. Here comes a long throw again, this time from the left-hand side from Stubbs. Easily headed away. Ball will be collected by Cabia here near the halfway line. Cabia lifts it forward towards Boyle, who volleys it on. Easily headed away by Sutton once more. Here's Ruffles. Ruffles couldn't find Clucas, and here comes Sutton again. Ball played forward. Shrewsbury have got to be careful here. Sutton attacking well, but the ball from Naddison couldn't find a teammate. And Shrewsbury can bring it away, and they work it nicely out to the left-hand side. Here's Clucas, always seems to see so much of the ball, makes himself available, doesn't he, on that left-hand side, almost demands the ball as much as he can. Ruffles, fairly recent signing for Shrewsbury Town, former Huddersfield and Oxford player. Not a great ball forward from Ruffles, gives it straight back to Sutton. Nice little flick in midfield. Jennings now, who went close with that free kick a few moments ago. And Sutton again, just indulging a bit of keep ball on the edge of their penalty area. Floodlights very bright here, really illuminating the playing surface here. As Sutton go back to their goalkeeper. Good closing down from England. Scully too. She's just trying to make it difficult for Sutton as they play their way out from the back, trying to play the high press. Sutton though flick it up towards the centre forward. Naddison. Shrewsbury won the ball initially, but Sutton keep it moving. They work it neatly over to this left-hand side, and here is David Ogbonna running a Cabia this time. Ogbonna skips in field, nice little back heel to find Harris. Sutton again playing with a great deal of confidence. Ogbonna in the penalty area. Ogbonna still twisting, turning. Ogbonna tries to make space for the shot. Ball works towards the far post. Well cleared by Clucas on the edge of the 6-yard box. Shrewsbury living a little bit dangerously here. Good flick though from Lloyd now. And here comes Shrewsbury Town with Cabia away down the right hand side, pursued by 2-3 Sutton players. Cabia looks after the ball nicely, feeds it in field to Ruffles. And there's Boyle out to Clucas. Shrewsbury in the all black third kit tonight. Haven't seen it that often this season. Here's Anderson forward to Cabia, receives the ball with his back to goal. Does well to hold off the attentions of the challenging player Jack Taylor. Shrewsbury now with Boyle. Ball played out to Clucas. Boyle knocks it forward, looking for Scully, who scored twice in the first round at South Shields. Here's Scully again, looking after the ball, finds England, and here's England again, forced to go back into his own half. Very difficult tie this is proving to be, as it always was likely to be against a confident, informed Sutton side. She's been up for the long ball to Hoole. It's overhit and it just runs into touch, and that will be a Sutton throw right next to the corner flag in the left back position at that Collingwood Road end. It's a family stand as well here at this Gander Green Lane Stadium. And Sutton will have this throw. Shrewsbury will try and make it difficult for them to play themselves out from the left back position. Throw-in is taken short. Sutton have played that very nicely again. They played it beautifully. Ogbonna to Simper. Ball played out to the right hand side. Sutton have got plenty of players forward in this attack. Once again to Simper again, 20 yards out. Sutton attack down the right hand side. Ball comes in, blocked off well by Boyle, who spins behind, and it will be another corner to Sutton, who continue to look the more dangerous side here, Jamie Thomas.
Oh, Stu, it's so easy for them. It's so easy for them to get out. They're playing this attractive brand of football, and fair play to them. They're sticking to their guns, but Shrewsbury aren't making it hard for them at all. They're letting them play out. There's no way they should get out at this bottom left-hand corner the way they just did and now have a corner kick. It's far too easy.
Sutton corner taken from the right-hand side, powered away by Shrewsbury initially, but Sutton first to the loose ball again, which has become a recurring theme in the opening half an hour here. This FA Cup second round tie. Here comes Sutton again. Ball played into the penalty area. Ogbonna right across the face to 6-yard box. No one there though. In a Sutton shirt to apply the decisive touch. Great turn from Lloyd meantime, and Lloyd is fouled that, and we're going to have another yellow card for a Sutton player. Hayden Muller, I think, this time.
Yeah, another yellow card for a defensive player for Sutton, Stu. That's something that the lads need to switch on to. There's opportunities here, but it's far too nice at the moment. There's no urgency, no one making a tackle. It's the FA Cup. It's on the TV and the radio. It's under the lights. It needs to be some urgency. It needs to be some tackles flying in. There's nothing at the moment. You've got the number 25 who's on the ball now, Jake Taylor, dictating the game, flicks and tricks. Get stuck in, smash him. Someone do something to ignite their teammates.
But if you just walked into this ground and you didn't know which team was which team was the Football League side and which team was playing in the National League, I think you might be a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Because Sutton are playing all the football here and they're causing Shrewsbury Town considerable problems. Michael Appleton, I'm sure in many ways, will be relieved that it is still 0-0. Sutton in possession. Ball is at the feet of Jake Taylor in the centre circle. Sutton play it more centrally to Prutty, the captain. And again, Shrewsbury just standing off Sutton this time, and Sutton go a bit more direct, looking for Ogbonna down the left-hand side. Hull wins a header. And here comes Sutton again. Harris couldn't take it in his stride this time. But Sutton who win the ball again off Cabby on this occasion. They win a throw off at Hull. Lovely little flick from Ogbonna. All the tricks coming out for Sutton, who continue to grow in confidence. Ogbonna running at Hull. Good ball in from the left-hand side. In fact, it's a little bit too much on it in the end. And Scully could bring the ball away and look to turn defence into attack. They just about keep it in. Scully, who started his career at West Ham United, part of the Hammers Academy for a number of years. And now Shrewsbury with Boyle. Long ball played forward, long diagonal, completely overhit.
Terrible ball.
Goal kick.
It's a terrible ball, Stu. How can Sutton, who are a league below Shrewsbury, some of these are League One players playing for Shrewsbury, and we can't put 3 or 4 passes together, yet Sutton can play out from the back. The goalkeeper's played some better passes than Boyle just played there. Just get the ball down and just play some passes.
That's the voice, very frustrated voice as well. It sounds at the moment for Jamie Tolly.
Yeah.
Part of that Shrewsbury Town side. Famously beat Everton, Wayne Rooney and all in that memorable third round tie at Gay Meadow over 20 years ago now. Nigel Jemson with both goals on that famous afternoon. Here comes Clucas down the left, tries to win Shrewsbury a corner. Idea was there, couldn't quite get the little touch off a Sutton player to win a corner, but it's gathered here by Sims, the Sutton goalkeeper. 11 minutes to play in this first half. Still 0-0. Ruffle slides in, breaks up what could have been a dangerous Sutton attack. Ball goes out of play and it will be a Sutton throw in the right back position. So Sutton, who've gone close a couple of times. That Clucas header that almost went in for an own goal, well saved by Will Brook, and then the very well taken free kick from Kai Jennings, who just sailed wide, but it looked as though he might pick out the top corner of the net. As for Shrewsbury going forward, There hasn't been anything of note as yet. Stubbs can keep the ball in here. Just on near the touchline on the right hand side. He'll go back to his keeper. Brook takes a touch, clears long, first time, right footed, header well won by Pruti. Heads it forward. Hoole battling, winning the ball. Hoole had a really good game against Gillingham, scored a fine goal as well a week ago. He finds England. Experienced head on those young shoulders, just moves the ball back to the left hand side to Clucas. Shrewsbury just keep the ball here with Boyle, who will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Brook gives it back to Boyle. He's got the captain's armband today, John Marquis, on the bench. Good touch from Scully to Lloyd. Lloyd takes it down nicely, looks for Scully. Scully breaking forward down the left-hand side. Well dealt with by the right back Eccleston. That was better for Shrewsbury Town. Lloyd has gone down meantime and has stayed down. Referee just having a word with George Lloyd now and inviting Chris Skett, to come on, and the head of medical services at Shrewsbury Town, to come on and assess what the problem is with Lloyd. That was better though, wasn't it, from Lloyd? Lloyd turning and trying to combine with Scully, goes down.
Yeah, it was, Stu. It's a ball from Boyle into Anthony Scully's feet. You've got to play as soon as Anthony Scully or Ismail Kabir or George Lloyd make that run off their defender, you've got to deliver the football to them. Exactly what Will Boyle did there. Keep the ball on the floor. Don't try this big diagonal. You can't do it. So just keep the ball on the floor, pass to the players that are more comfortable with the ball, and let them do the stuff. Pass the ball to Scully, just like he did. Played the ball round the corner. George Lloyd gets the football, looks to play a 1-2 and catches it. It's an interesting one because he caught a knock there off the defensive player from Sutton, and there was no real advantage, was there, for Shrewsbury? So it could have been a free kick pulled back by the referee, but he didn't give it. And here we are, some instructions going on with the Shrewsbury players. I imagine they're trying to put a rocket up some of their backsides to get them going. There needs to be a real spark to get these boys going, because it's not happening for them at the moment, and they need to get going, and they need to get going quickly.
Yeah, Chris Agata, you sense, will be the much happier of the two head coaches at the moment. Took over here in early October. Former Worthing boss. Did a good job at Worthing, National League South club. As a player, he started off at Brighton and Hove Albion, also later had a coaching role with the Brighton youth team. And he'll be very happy with the way his team are playing so far. Lloyd is okay to continue, has to come off the field before going back on soon enough, I'm sure. And we have 9 minutes to play in this first half. Sutton in possession, ball worked out to the right hand side. Sutton, ball played forward by Muller. No way through for Sutton on this occasion. Shrewsbury can bring it away with a snow out ball to Ruffles, and he just gives it straight back to Sutton. Lloyd is back out there for Shrewsbury. He's looked as lively as anybody for Shrewsbury Town. There haven't been too many other players though who have been as lively as Lloyd, unfortunately, for the team from Shropshire as yet. But it's still 0-0. Remember, this tie must be decided today. The teams are level at the end of 90 minutes. It would be half an hour of extra time, and if they were still level, it would go to a penalty shootout. There have been a few ties already in this second round that have gone to penalties already this weekend. Will Brook has to come out and clear. Finds touch. Will be a Sutton throw. Pruti looks the ball into midfield. Lloyd with the challenge, but Sutton keep the ball. They go back with Pruti again, who is an Albanian under-21 international. The Sutton skipper. Ball with the challenge on Ogbonna. Ball goes out of play, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw in the right back position. It's a good battle, that, isn't it, actually, between Hoole and Ogbonna.
Yeah, it is a good battle, Stu. It's starting to develop into that. Both pacey players, both like to get stuck in as well. Luca Hewell, first time as Shrewsbury players, probably gone to ground with a bit of urgency, bit of anger to go into the tackle. We haven't seen that. I think if you spoke to the two centre mids for Sutton, especially Jake Taylor, who's playing in there, and if you asked him about his first 40 minutes in this first half, he'd say it's one of the easiest he's ever had. He hasn't had a tackle against him. He's just dictated play. No one's got in his face. It's a really important area of the football field in the centre of the park. Everyone talks about you win that battle in there, you've got a great chance of winning the fixture. So we need to get to grips in there.
Sutton in possession again, just having all the time they want on the ball. About 20-30 yards from their own goal. Pruty just works it into midfield again to Jake Taylor. Played a lot of league games, Jake Taylor from Reading. Over 250 appearances for Exeter and a century of matches for Stevenage before joining Sutton. He's having a very good game, the 33-year-old, in the middle of the park for Sutton. Sutton go a bit more direct this time. Stubbs just holds off the Sutton centre forward. Brook comes out and clears over halfway towards Cabia, who we know is so effective for Shrewsbury Town. Hasn't really got into the game tonight though, Cabia, and Anderson just hammers the ball out of play. And it will be a Sutton throw again here, this time 15 yards inside the Shrewsbury Town half. Sutton 0, Shrewsbury 0, a little over 5 minutes to play in this first half. Under the lights here tonight in South London. Sutton in possession. Ball worked into midfield again to Jake Taylor, to Jack Taylor. And Sutton again just given a lot of time and space here just to put their passing game together. Scully now moves forward to try and close down. Ruffles does the same. And Sutton, under some pressure this time, do have to go back to Sims. Has been tested, the goalkeeper. And here's Pruty bringing the ball out from the back again with great composure. Sutton, who were 2-1 winners over AFC Telford United in the last round. Telford's goal that day actually scored by Ricardo Denanga, the winger on loan from Shrewsbury Town. So a Shrewsbury player has scored here already this season.
I like what you did there, Stu.
Shrewsbury fans here today will be hoping that 1, 2, maybe even more join Denanga in managing to do that, but they won't do it like that. Poor ball again, just played forward by Anderson this time. Just gifts possession straight back to Sutton. Sutton with the ball through, looking for Ogbonna, slightly overhit this time, and it will go all the way through to Brook. Sure. If you're the Sutton head coach, Chris Atherton, will you be a little bit frustrated that you're not leading, given how well your team have played in this first half?
Yeah, exactly that, Stu. You always talk about when you're on top in a fixture, it's so important that you score a goal and you have efforts at goal. I think that's the only thing that's let Sutton down, that they haven't really tested Will Brook as much as they would like, considering the amount of possession that they've had. I think that just sums up Shrewsbury's first half. A foul throw at this level of football, you can't justify for that. It's sloppy. It just sums up this first half. Sloppy, no intensity. Sometimes the boys are running, but they're not running with any purpose to actually make a challenge, make a difference. Michael Appleton needs to get him in at half time and really read him the right act and get him firing for this second half.
Sutton in possession with Pruty with the long diagonal ball. Overhit this time. He was trying to find Junior Eccleston, but it sails over his head, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw 5 yards inside their own half. Taken quickly by Clucas, given the ball back by Boyle. Clucas quickly closed down, and here comes Sutton. Ball played forward towards Naderson, and this time the move breaks down, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw in the left back position. It's been well documented that Shrewsbury have been very poor travellers so far this season. The win in the first round of this competition at South Shields, one of only 2 away wins Shrewsbury have had so far this season. The other came at Barnet in League 2 in the early weeks of the season. That was September, wasn't it? Early September. But they have had a lot of away defeats and have played pretty poorly in many of those away games, and they haven't played at all well in this first half, but it is still 0-0. Sutton have a throw 10 yards inside the Shrewsbury half. Throw-in is taken short. They go back into their own half this time. This time they do use the keeper. Sims, joined from Braintree Town last year, the Sutton goalkeeper. Counts Blackpool and Welling United among his former clubs. Nice touch from Naderson. Here come Sutton again, ball played forward into the penalty area, and it's in the bar. The bar is still shaking. Hall moved in with the challenge, and the ball flew against the bar. Here comes Sutton again with Ogbonna. Finds Harris here down the left-hand side. Shrewsbury continues to lead so dangerously. Did that come off Hall? Trying to make a challenge. Harris was there for Sutton.
I think
whoever it came off, it just rattled the bar from the edge of the box.
Yeah, I think he just stretched out, Stu Harris, and got his foot to it. I don't think it come off Huell. I think that's the most purchase he could get on it, because he was stretching full length to get his effort at goal, and thankfully it hit the crossbar. That was really, really good play again from Sutton, working the ball from back to front. Really good one-touch football, intricate in the middle of the pitch, and then they're in with pace. And it's such a contrast to Shrewsbury, who can't put two passes together. And it looks to me, Stu, watching this, that some of them don't even want the football. You look at the Sutton players, they're all moving for each other, they all want a touch of the football, little 5-10 runs to get the ball. Shrewsbury don't have nothing. You saw Clucas lose it over the far side because no one wanted it. It's mad to watch when you're thinking that this is the Football League side, isn't it?
This is Scully, 10 yards inside his own half. Fourth official about to let everybody inside the ground know how much added on time there will be at the end of this first half. England on the ball, 2 minutes of added minutes we will have. Ball played forward to Lloyd here. Lloyd back to goal, holding the ball up, needs some support. He's challenged. He turns towards the referee, wants a free kick. He won't get one this time. And Sutton just play their way out from the back. Harris hitting the bar for Sutton. And third time Sutton have gone very close to a breakthrough in this first half. Sutton work it forward again to Jake Taylor. Here is Harris, the man who just went close, hitting the woodwork. And Sutton now in possession here with Muller. Ball played forward to Jennings, and again Jennings is allowed to turn away from Lloyd on this occasion. Here's Jake Taylor. Too easy again for Sutton, just putting the passing game together. 10 yards, 15 yards inside the Shrewsbury half. Shrewsbury have got everybody back, keeping their discipline and shape. Long diagonal ball here, which Hall's got to be careful to watch. He does well there, deals with it well, and a very cool header just nods it back to his goalkeeper Will Brook under pressure from Ogbonna, and it remains 0-0. In some ways Michael Appleton would be glad to get into half time at 0-0.
Yeah,
the way this first half has played out, Jamie Tolley.
100%, Stu. I think that's the only thing that the Sutton manager will be disappointed in, that they haven't really tested Will Brook. I know they hit the crossbar then, but for the amount of possession that they've had and the good football that they've played, they haven't really threatened Will Brook too much. It was obviously Sam Clucas' header that made Will Brook make that fantastic save. So that's the only thing that's let Sutton down. So Michael Appleton will be thanking his lucky stars and just be wanting to see this first half out and get the boys in the dressing room.
Challenge from Hall and Ogbonna. Sutton free kick, 10 yards inside the Shrewsbury half. Sutton get the ball moving again quickly. Jennings plays it out down that right hand side. Here comes Sutton looking for the breakthrough right at the end of the first half, but they've run out of time, and there's the half time whistle, and Sutton being given a great ovation, and quite rightly so, by the home supporters as they make their way off here at the interval, because they have been much the better team here against Shrewsbury Town. Shrewsbury, we know, struggling towards the wrong end of the League 2 table, and a Sutton side who have found form in recent weeks in the National League have had much the better of the first half. Shrewsbury have lived dangerously. Some near misses, nearly an own goal from Sam Clucas. His header well tipped over the bar by his teammate, the goalkeeper Will Brook. And then we had the free kick from Kai Jennings from just outside the box, which wasn't too far away from finding the top corner of the net. And then just before the interval, Sutton going even closer. Hall moving in for the challenge, but Jaden Harris got the shot away, and the crossbar was shaking, and Sutton were that close to making the breakthrough. For Shrewsbury at the other end going forward, this won't take long. I would have to pick up the pen. Nothing noteworthy for Shrewsbury Town going forward as yet, but it is still 0-0. Sutton have been excellent, and Michael Appleton now has a big half-time team talk to deliver, might I suggest, to his Shrewsbury Town team, Jamie.
Yeah, he definitely does, Stu. This is going to be a big 15 minutes for them Shrewsbury boys in that dressing room. I'm sure there'll be a few words said, especially from the coaching staff. You can't be happy with that first half performance from Shrewsbury. It was bad. There was no fight, there was no energy, there was no determination in their running. They were there. Sutton started playing some fantastic football from the get-go, taking real chances, real risks at the back, passing the ball out, passing the ball back with the keeper. And if Shrewsbury just believe and hunt as a pack, show some determination and energy to go and win the football, not just run, but run with a purpose, run like you're going to make a difference, and try and win the ball. Sutton have had all the ball first half, and we spoke about it, Stu, that the centre-mid partnership for Sutton, if you ask them how they found it playing against a Football League side in that first half, I think they'd turn around and say that was the easiest 45 minutes they've had all season. They dictated the play, they turned little flicks and tricks. That frustrates me sat here, so I don't understand how the players aren't getting frustrated. And like I say, it's a big 15-minute team talk Michael Appleton's got now.
Yeah, the Shrewsbury subs are out there warming up now during the half-time break. So are the Sutton subs. 9 subs allowed in the FA Cup, so it'll be interesting to see. You'd think Michael Appleton will leave it as it is, but then again, you never know. I don't think he'd have been impressed with the way his team have gone about it in that first half, so it could be a night where the players who haven't featured in that first half could have a big, important role to play for Shrewsbury Town at some stage. But it is at the halfway stage, or maybe not. We've got, of course, the possibility of extra time, also penalty kicks as well, a penalty shootout. But Sutton much the better team in this first half, this second round FA Cup tie, but the score sheet is still blank. It is Sutton 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. And coming up for you next here on BBC Radio Shropshire, our commentary also being taken tonight by BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra 3, so great to have listeners with us far and wide to our coverage tonight on BBC Radio Shropshire. It is half-time, it is Shrewsbury 0, Sutton 0, and the next voice you will hear is that of our presenter, Nick Southall.
Claire Ashford.
Now to the Winter Olympics, and will Eddie the Eagle be flying tonight?
The Olympic legend Eddie joins us on the programme. Hello.
Hello.
I mean, you are considered a national treasure, aren't you? I mean, you must love that, surely.
It's nice that I put a smile on people's faces.
Are you a bit of an adrenaline junkie anymore, or are those days gone?
I still ski, and I still ski jump occasionally.
Oh, wow.
But ski jumping is a lot safer now than it was 35, 40 years ago. The jumps aren't so high, you don't fly so high off the ground, so psychologically they're a lot easier to ski jump. So yeah, I can still carry on ski jumping now, even at 62.
Wonderful. Eddie Edwards, otherwise known as Eddie the Eagle, of course.
Claire Ashford, weekday mornings from 10 on BBC Radio Shropshire. Sport on Saturday
with Nick Southall.
Wow, it's 0-0. Shrewsbury at this stage will be hoping that it does go to extra time and penalties. It means they've still got a chance, Jamie Tolley, of being in this tie, because you said there, sloppy, no intensity. Certainly a few more choice words could be used for Shrewsbury. Look, they're really struggling, aren't they, as we pointed out before the game, with the pace of Ogbonna down the left-hand side. That's clear to see. I mean, both Hall and Anderson have been caught out of position numerous times. Going forward, they've shown nothing at all. 3 shots for Sutton, and for Shrewsbury, no shots. Possession-wise, 26%. We're not overly concerned about that, but it just tells you that actually the better football has been played by the home team, the non-league team.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Nick. They've played some fantastic football, and obviously the Sutton fans have turned up here in their numbers, and they enjoy watching the football that they're playing. They take risks. We could see that straight from the kickoff. The goalkeeper was having touches. They were playing balls across the 6-yard box. But surely the Shrewsbury players should see that and think, we need to be on the front foot here. We need to show some energy, be in their faces, and go and press, because they're playing a high-risk game of football, Sutton. So it's up to Shrewsbury to go and close them down, be in their faces, try and win the ball, because common sense tells you win the ball higher up the field, you're straight in on goals. And I don't see any players shouting to go and press. They're working up the field as a team, it's been far too easy to watch. I look at centre mid because I used to play there, and the two centre mids, like I've just said to Stu, just strolled through that first half, little flicks in there. There's been no tackles. I just can't believe it.
I could imagine your team back in the day, Kevin Ratcliffe, of course, in charge. Some big personalities in there, the likes of Nigel Jensen, and that team that beat Everton. There would be some choice words at half-time had you put in a performance like that in the first half.
Yeah, it's simply not acceptable. That's what the older players that I've played with, that's what they would be saying in the dressing room. That is not acceptable from us. Their standards should be set. They don't fall below them. They're coming to a non-league side here. No matter if Sutton are on a good run of form, they're a non-league side. They're a league below Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury have just come out of League One as well. Let's not forget that. Some of these players are League One players supposedly. So go out there this second half. They've got a chance. They're lucky that they're still 0-0, so they can come out this second half, but they need to show some intensity, some drive, and move up the field. Make a tackle. Just make a tackle. That's all we want. Just make a tackle.
Well, 21 places between these two clubs. You would not think it on that first half showing. Sutton by far the better team. Shrewsbury just about hanging on in there. They've hit the woodwork. A free kick earlier in the half as well, which went narrowly wide. Where do they improve then, Jamie? I know you'll say all over, but let's focus on one particular area. Unfortunately, I don't think we can talk too much about the attacking third. We've seen nothing at all, but they've just got to make sure that they stay in this game. Defensively, they're all over the place, and again, that pace, that slowness that we've pointed out is looking to hurt them.
Yeah, of course it is. You would look at Shrewsbury's side, and you would think that they want long balls played. They want Will Boyle, Stubbs, Anderson to go and fight for aerial duels. But to do that, you've got to press high up the field. You've got to force Sutton into playing the ball long, and they're not doing it. They just keep playing the way through Shrewsbury. So to go back to your question,
so actually the first line of defence, as they say, is from the forwards.
Yeah,
you're not seeing enough there.
No.
And George Lloyd is normally good at doing that.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, he's got no backup. Ishmael's been quiet. Anthony Scully's been pretty non-existent in a pressing point of view. He's not been on the ball enough. He's such a big player, isn't he? You need your best players on the football, and he needs to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Both of them do. But yeah, it's obviously the press starts with your front line, and you want to make them play the ball long because that's where your strength is. They're in the air. They're big boys. But going back to your question, Nick, we need to get to grips at the centre of the park. That's where you need to stop Sutton. That's where they're dictating the game. They pass the ball in there, and that's where they start all their moves off. Get on top of them in there, and the rest will follow.
Well, there is a lot of work to do. Let us know your thoughts on the verdict after tonight's game. You can call us on 0808 100 96 96 or drop us a text on 81333. Start your message with the word Shrop. We will be on air until 8 o'clock this evening. Look, if it goes to extra time and penalties, goodness knows how long we will be here in South London. At the moment, Shrewsbury might well take that because it has been a very bad first half, but it is 0-0. Let's listen back to what happened.
Stage is set then, here we go. Sutton United will have kick-off. They will be playing towards the Gander Green lane end in this first half under the lights. Corner is taken short, ball whipped in from the right hand side, and it's a fine save from Will Brook. It was nearly an own goal there. Ball headed towards his own net. May have been Clucas, and a superb reflex save from Brook, who couldn't have been expecting it at all to push it up and over the bar.
The Shrewsbury play is all too nicey nice. They need to press Sutton, get in their faces. But really good opportunity for Sutton here.
Yeah, good chance. It would be Jennings who will go for goal, and Jennings has put it just wide. That was close. Kai Jennings tried to curl it into the top corner of the net, and that wasn't too far away at all. That was close.
There's no urgency, no one making a tackle. It's the FA Cup. It's on the TV and the radio. It's under the lights. It needs to be some urgency. It needs to be some tackles flying in. There's nothing at the moment.
Ball played forward into the penalty area, and it's in the bar. is still shaking. Hall moved in with the challenge, and the ball flew against the bar. Sutton looking for the breakthrough right at the end of the first half, but they've run out of time. And there's the half-time whistle, and Sutton being given a great ovation, and quite rightly so, by the home supporters as they make their way off here.
Well, James on social media, James says on X, Shrewsbury have been tidy with passing but not threatening at all. Shrewsbury defending well. I'm not quite sure others would agree with that, but interesting take on things. You can give us a follow at BBC Shrop Sport on X for all the latest news on your club. The Wolves clan on the text 81333 have said, have we got a midfield who does the pass accurately and keep possession? Asking for a friend. Well, the Wolves clan, they need to really up their game in the second half. Let us know your thoughts as well. 81333. Start your message with the word Shrop. Second half commentary to come with Jamie Tolley, part of that giant-killing team in the FA Cup for Shrewsbury at Gay Meadow against Everton, amongst other things as well. Stuart Dunn also alongside Jamie, and we're on air until at least 8 o'clock. Let's bring you the full times in the FA Cup from elsewhere today, because, well, there have been a few interesting scorelines. Steve Cottrell's Cheltenham scoring 6 goals this afternoon. They are through to the third round in the draw this coming Monday. Weston-super-Mare, it seems, have got through as well, so congratulations to them. They will be in the draw as well. Let's bring you the others in the FA Cup. And here, Accrington Stanley were beaten on penalties by one of Jamie's former clubs, Mansfield Town. Chelmsford were beaten 2-0 by Weston-super-Mare. Cheltenham 6, Buxton 2. Exeter 4, Wickham 0. Fleetwood beat Luton 4-2 on penalties. So a great win there for the Cod Army at Highbury. And Grimsby, who Shrewsbury play on Tuesday, full match commentary on BBC Radio Shropshire, beat Willesden 4-0. MK Dons 3, Mickey Mellon's Oldham 1. Peterborough 0, Barnsley 1. Port Vale, well, their League One struggles put aside for 1 week. They beat Bristol Rovers, managed by their former manager Darrell Clark, by a single goal in Burslem. Stockport County have been knocked out on penalties by Cambridge. Swindon beat Bolton 4-0, and Wigan have beaten Barrow 4-3 on penalties. The late kick-off in the FA Cup today is Chesterfield against Doncaster, and here it is Sutton 0, Shrewsbury 0. The Town players have made their way out, and here come the gold and black, or should we say the amber or yellow and black of Sutton United. So let's get ready for the second half here on BBC Radio Shropshire and on 5 Live Sports Extra 3. Let's rejoin your commentary team of Jamie Tolley and, first of all, Stuart Dunn.
Thank you, Nick. So Shrewsbury must do better. Simple as that, isn't it? If they want to be in that FA Cup third round draw on Monday. Big financial rewards at stake as well for these two clubs. The winners of second round ties receive £79,500. The runners, the losers, pick up just over 21,200. Both of these clubs will already have received a decent amount of money as well for the TV live broadcast fee. And January around the window, transfer windows, it's all welcome extra money, isn't it, potentially for football clubs. But Shrewsbury have work to do here. They have been second best to Sutton so far. As the second half gets underway, Isaac England has the ball at his feet, finds Scully, Looks for the run of Cabia. This is better from Shrewsbury straight away at the start of the second half. Cabia with the ball in towards Boyle. Boyle in the area. Couldn't sort his feet out, and the chance is gone, or is it? Klukas wins it back. Here is Boyle. Boyle goes down in the area, and it's right on the edge, is it? When he fell in the area, but the challenge right on the edge of the penalty area, and that will be a free kick to Shrewsbury Town. That's worth a second look. Boyle certainly fell a fair way into the penalty area, but free kick to Sutton is free kick to Shrewsbury Town is the outcome.
Yeah, very puzzled there, Stu. I thought all day long that was a penalty kick from where we were. Obviously we haven't got a replay at hand, but it looked like Will Boyle was inside the box. It was a great start from Shrewsbury. Played the kick off, and then Cabia sprinting down the right hand side, ball into the box, and Will Boyle was there, one of the centre halves. And this is a great position for Anthony Scully. We spoke about Sutton having a similar area free kick. It's a great position.
It's a terrific position. Klukas and Scully standing over this free kick. It will be Scully goes for goal, pushed away by the keeper. Shoots his first effort on target. He hit it pretty well, pushed away well by Sims, the Sutton goalkeeper. But it's a much more positive start to the second half of Michael Appleton's side here.
Yeah, straight from the kick-off, wasn't it, Stu? That obviously something that they've worked on. Ishmael Cabia stayed out wide on the right hand side. Fantastic run down that right hand side. Ball put in behind the Sutton back line, and ball into the box. Will Boyle found himself there. Did really well for the centre half.
Long throw from Shrewsbury into the Sutton penalty area now. Dealt with by the home side. Cabia is last man back by the goalkeeper. Cabia with a diagonal ball into the area. Might be collected by Lloyd here at the far post. It is. Lloyd pulls it back. Breaks to Boyle. Boyle shoots. Blocked. And Shrewsbury have a throw adjacent to the edge of the penalty area. Down the left-hand side. But whatever Michael Appleton has said to his players at half-time has had a desired effect so far. This is much better from the League Two side in the opening stages of the second half. Throw comes in from Klukas this time, flicked on by Boyle at the near post, and it's been turned against the bar. Horn at the far post, and it's into the side netting, and that was close. Ball was looped up against the bar, and then Hoole on the follow-up couldn't quite wrap his right foot around that one, and he goes just off target. And it remains Sutton 0, Shrewsbury 0, but Shrewsbury have done more as an attacking force in the opening 3 minutes of this second half than they did in the entire opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, great start to this second half, Stu. I think you can see, pretty much tell what Michael Appleton's team talk was, and it was to get up the field, be aggressive.
But here comes Sutton looking for the ball through the middle to Harris. Shrewsbury knock it back to Will Brook. Signs of the second half might develop into a real proper end-to-end cup tie here as Cabia knocks it forward, and then he's caught. Sutton have to be careful as well. A number of their players on yellow cards. 3 Sutton players yellow carded in the first half. The attendance just been announced. 2,505 the attendance. 2,505, 369 the away following. Very good effort again from the Shrewsbury supporters. I'm sure many of them would have made the long journey up to South Shields. 2 very long journeys Shrewsbury have had in the FA Cup this season. They have this free kick then, 5 yards inside the Sutton half, right hand side, taken by Klukas in the air, headed on by Stubbs. Sutton should clear, but they unable to clear. Ruffles moves in for the challenge, and Ruffles' momentum took him into the challenge. He's going to pick up a yellow card, isn't he, here, I think, Josh Ruffles. Yeah, referee just giving himself a little bit of a thinking time, and now he will show the yellow card for Josh Ruffles. Sutton lead 3-2 in yellow cards now.
Yeah, better start though, Stu, from Shrewsbury. Much better start. Let's face it, the first half was poor, but thankfully they went in at 0-0. Clean slate coming out for the second half, and they started fantastically. Will Boyle found himself in the 18-yard box twice. Second time he tried to get his shot away, broke to Luca Huell on the right hand side, couldn't get his foot round it to get the ball into the net, but much better start from him, being further forward up the pitch.
Yeah, Boyle was unlucky, so his looping effort hit the bar, but here comes Sutton on the edge of the area. Shot comes in, and that's hit the bar now. Really well struck from Lewis Simper. Really caught hold of that one, and that looked as though it had every chance of flying high into the roof of the net. Struck the goalkeeper at full stretch, and it clips the bar and continues on its way. So both teams denied by the woodwork in these early stages of this second half, and it remains 0-0.
Yeah, it's definitely got that feel, Stu, hasn't it? The FA Cup feel this second half is going to be end to end. Thankfully for Shrewsbury, the ball hit the crossbar and went over. Good play from Egboma again for Sutton, getting the ball, skipping through a few challenges, spreading the ball out, and a great strike for Sutton going forwards. And thankfully, like I say, it hit the crossbar. But yeah, it's got that bit of a better feeling, hasn't it, this second half, that it's going to be a bit of a basketball game end to end. So let's hope that Shrewsbury are on the better end of that.
Well, Simper, who just hit the bar, he's the 10-goal top scorer, 10 goals in all competitions. Did play 13 times for his former club Cambridge in League One before joining Sutton last year, and he looks to be a real goal threat for Sutton. Just joining us, reminder of the team: Shrewsbury first, Brook in goal, Anderson, Stubbs and Boyle the back three, Hoole and Clucas the wing backs, Ruffles and England holding midfield players. Sutton look for the long ball forward, it's overhit, and then Cabia and Scully playing just behind Lloyd. Sutton, Shrewsbury have a throw in the right back position here, still 0-0. Sims the goalkeeper, Eccleston, Muller, Pruty and Jack Taylor the back four, Jennings and Jake Taylor the holding midfielders, and then Simper, Harris, Ogbonna behind Naderson. And it is still 0-0. Shrewsbury have a throw in the right back position, which Luca Hoole will take. He went close at the other end a few moments ago when he couldn't quite turn his follow-up effort on target after the looping effort from Will Boyle came back off the bar, top of the bar, and it remains 0-0, but better from Shrewsbury in the opening stages of the second half. Sutton go fairly direct to game, ball travels a long way through to Will Brook, the goalkeeper, just slowing things down, has the ball at his feet inside his penalty area. Decent atmosphere under the lights, always helps having the footlights on, doesn't it, for an FA Cup tie? Shrewsbury just knock it straight into touch, that's a waste. Sutton will have a throw directly in front of that TV gantry, those Shrewsbury supporters watching on from the Parkside Terrace, which runs pretty much the length of the field opposite. 369 Shrewsbury supporters hoping that their team can dig out a victory here in the second round of the FA Cup. Sutton on the ball with Muller, goes back to Pruty, ball played into midfield to Jake Taylor. Sutton just taking their time. Lloyd moves in now, good closing down. Sutton play back to the keeper. Nice first touch from Sims, he's very comfortable, the goalkeeper, with the ball at his feet. And Sutton again, neat intricate play from the home side. Jennings, who went close with the first half free kick, forward to the dangerous Simper, tries to find Jaden Harris, no way through. Shrewsbury deal with it. Clucas 10 yards inside the Shrewsbury half, goes back to the goalkeeper, takes a touch, plays it out to Stubbs, who's at full stretch, he's lost it. Shrewsbury could be in trouble here. Will Brook comes out, deals with it. Simper on the follow-up, well won by England. Really important challenge won, and Shrewsbury again live dangerously and just get away with it. And Stubbs will be very relieved. A combination of Will Brook and Isaac England coming to his rescue there.
Yeah, Will Brook did really well to get his teammate out of the mire there, because Stubbs didn't look like he wanted the ball off Will Brook. When Will Brook got the ball at his feet, it looked like all day he was just going to roll the ball out to Stubbs and start the play going down the right hand side, but Stubbs was on his heels. His first touch was bad and the Sutton player was in his face. This is what we want Shrewsbury to do, Stu. This is what we're crying for them to do, be in their faces when they take the touch, just like Sutton were. But Will Brook was alive to it and came out really brave to dive at the player's feet there, and Isaac England with a follow-up tackle that he had to win on the edge of the box.
But here comes Shrewsbury, Cabia given the ball by Anderson. Cabia with the ball in from the right, too close to the keeper, and it's an easy take for Sims, and he quickly balls the ball out to Simper, who holds off Clucas. Simper head down, making up the hard yards. On goes Simper, just about keeps it in. Great run from Simper, tries to break into the penalty area. Clucas didn't give it up though. Good tenacity, wins it. And then under pressure from Eccleston, Clucas clips the ball down the left-hand side. It's had a push on Lloyd. Lloyd thought so. Referee not interested. Play allowed to continue, and Sutton use Simper again. Midway inside the Shrewsbury half. Little back heel. Little flick comes off Clucas. Will be a throw to Sutton. And Simper will leave it. Sutton fans making all the noise behind that goal. There's terracing and seating as well. That end of the ground. Shrewsbury clear up towards Lloyd. Lloyd, nice close control. Needs some support. Lloyd. Challenge comes in from Jake Taylor. Ball goes out. Shrewsbury throw. Lloyd takes it quickly. Gives it to Ruffles. Picked up a yellow card early in the second half. Here's Ruffles again. Goes back into his own half. Ruffles to England. England under pressure. And he's challenged here by Harris, who hit the bar in the first half, having a good game. Jaden Harris started his career at Fulham. Flag is up for offside here against Naddison. And it will be a Shrewsbury free kick just inside their penalty area, just to the left of their penalty area. But it has become more end-to-end. It has been better from Shrewsbury going forward, but had to be, didn't it, because they offered no threat at all in the first half. But when Sutton go at them, still a little bit concerned if Shrewsbury have got what it takes to keep them out.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel, doesn't it, Stu, that when Shrewsbury are feeling confident and they're passing the ball along the back line, Sutton are in their faces, they're sensing it, and this is what we were asking Shrewsbury to do, just like now, go and close down, but they're not. It needs every single player to be on it. Otherwise it breaks down. You can't press in 1 and 2s because it just falls down, and like you see now, Stu, Sutton are out.
Yeah, here they come, midway inside the Shrewsbury half already. A lot of pace, a lot of energy in this Sutton team. Shrewsbury got everybody back behind the ball now to deal with it. Pruty for Sutton. Here's Simper becoming more of an influence in the second half. He hit the bar for Sutton about 5 minutes ago. There's a cross-field diagonal ball, well played by Muller, out towards Ogbonna, who all gets tied to him. Ball goes out of play, but it will be a Sutton throw. So they continue to attack down that left-hand side. Here is Jake Taylor. He seems to have had more touches of the ball than anybody in the middle of the park for Sutton tonight. He goes back into his own half to Pruty. Lloyd comes across to try and close him down. But there's Jake Taylor again, the playmaker in the middle of the park, and again given the ball by Muller. Sutton come forward down the left-hand side. Good defending from Hall this time. Anderson into the feet of England. Nice give and go with Cabia. And now England pushes the ball to the left-hand side, but they've given the ball away. Boyle couldn't get there. And here comes Sutton into the penalty area. Good challenge there from Stubbs. Had to be as well. And then he tries to clear down the inside, down the left touch line. And it clips off a Sutton player. Goes into touch Eccleston, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw. Shrewsbury got to make a change. Taylor Perry is going to be introduced here. Early stages of the second half. Perry, who's been in and out of the Shrewsbury team in recent weeks, but he's going to be given an opportunity here to try and turn this FA Cup tie Shrewsbury's way. England with the challenge to Lloyd. Here's England again in the centre circle. England, good looking ball forward to Cabia. Cabia in the penalty area. Cabia still. Cabia goes for goal, saved by the keeper's legs. Great ball from England, getting Cabia away. Low shot, and Jack Sims sticking out a boot and making an important save. That was better again from Shrewsbury Town. Here's Ruffles, 30 yards from goal. Brought into the Scully. Scully in the area. Keeper saves initially. Scully on the follow-up, and Sims gets there again to make the save. But at last, Jack Sims, the Sutton United goalkeeper, having more to do, and so far he's coming up with all of the answers for the home side.
Yeah, he's done really well, the Sutton goalkeeper there. He quiet first half for him. He wasn't called upon at all, but he's been on it this second half. He knows he's in a game of football. Fantastic ball to start with from Isaac England, in behind for Ismail Cabia. First time Isaac England's got the ball facing forwards and players making a run. Second time, Josh Ruffles, lovely slide ball.
Here comes Cabia again, looks for Hoole in the penalty area. Hoole with the ball in, deflection, behind, corner, but this is much better, playing with a far better tempo.
Purpose, determined. that's what you want to see from the boys. There's a belief now that they can get at this Sutton back line just by working the ball forwards, bit of energy going forwards. It's ironic that we were just about to make a change as well, and the two centre mids are the ones that create the two opportunities. So really good from them. Much better from Shrewsbury this second half.
Still looks as though he's going to come on. Taylor Perry just doing some stretching in the technical area. Shrewsbury have this corner. The central defenders have made their way forward. Here comes the corner towards Stubbs of the far post, and it's wide, and it came off a Sutton player last, says the referee, and it will be another corner to Shrewsbury Town. So Taylor Perry still waiting for his opportunity. It's Clucas running over to this left hand side. Interesting that Taylor Perry is going to come on ahead of someone like Tommy McDermott, who's got lots of energy as well, hasn't he, in the middle of the park, and can strike a ball. Perry scored some goals for Shrewsbury as well in his time at the club, his third season. Shrewsbury corner first, taken here by Clucas towards the far post, towards Anderson, heads it up in the air. Keepers thought about coming, and then Town knock it up and over the bar, and that will be a goal kick, and they haven't made the most of their opportunity there. Handshake from Michael Appleton. So here comes Taylor Perry, 62 minutes on the clock, and he's going to come on for Isaac England, who's arguably played possibly the pass of the match to create that chance for Cabia 2-3 minutes ago, and now he's coming off.
Yeah, it's always a funny game, football, Stu. He has struggled a little bit, Isaac England, in there tonight. A few times he's lost the ball, not been strong enough, not quite been at it. It's a difficult ask in the centre mid, especially with Sutton having so much ball that they've had, so much play. Needed to get in the game a little bit more, grab it by the scruff of the neck. Let's hope that Taylor Perry comes straight into this fixture and gets hold of Jake Taylor in the middle of the pitch, Stu, and gets tight to him, just like he's doing now.
Doing it straight away, isn't he? Yeah, putting the pressure on Sutton, who take a bit of a risk inside their penalty area. A good football again for the home side under pressure. Now they look for Naderson, helps it on. The Sutton attack down the left hand side. Hall's got to be careful here. Just gets enough on the back pass to play it back to Brook. Looks for Perry. Perry is challenged, and it's Hall, who's having a good game tonight. He brings the ball forward. He looks for Lloyd. Lloyd goes down, and that will be a free kick. And Muller, who's just made that challenge, has got to be careful, having picked up a yellow card already in the first half. Lloyd getting back to his feet, or thinking about it. Still down at the moment. Taylor Perry just helping his teammate get back to his feet now, and it will be a Shrewsbury free kick 5 yards to the 5 yards inside the Sutton half. 63rd minute. BBC Radio Shropshire, 96 FM, DAB, and online as well. Also on BBC Radio 5 Live, Sports Extra 3 tonight. Our commentary here live from this South London ground, Gander Green Lane. Sutton also have a player down at the moment who's just receiving some treatment, so a break in play, and several Sutton players coming over to the side of the pitch and to have a drink and to have some advice as well from Chris Agata, the Sutton head coach. But it has been considerably better from Shrewsbury in the second half. They've had 3-4 decent opportunities, some good saves from the home goalkeeper Sims, who's kept out efforts from Scully and from Cabia. Scully had that free kick saved as well by the goalkeeper at the start of the second half, and Boyle clipped the top of the bar, so it has been much better. It's like a proper cup tie now, isn't it, end to end, and game becoming more stretched.
Yeah, definitely, Stu. It's definitely got that FA Cup feel, end to end. I think that the players, Shrewsbury, have come out. You can obviously tell from the way they've come out and they've started the game what the team talk was like in there from Michael Appleton, and they've reacted in the right way, reacted how Michael Appleton would have wanted them to react, and they're taking the game a little bit more to Sutton. I think they could still do more. I don't think I'm asking for too much of them, Stu. I think they can do it. I think they can press a lot higher. I still want to see Anthony Scully get on the ball, Ismail Cabia get on the ball, because they're the key players for Shrewsbury, and the more football they see, the better they'll be this evening. But George Lloyd again, holding the ball up really well. He's done at times. Get the ball into him, be quick getting the ball up to him, and get in and around him to support him.
Well, Shrewsbury took a free kick into the penalty area, easily gathered again by the Sutton goalkeeper, who's having a good night. Stubbs has got some defending to do for Shrewsbury Town. Here on the right, under pressure from Eccleston. Eccleston wins it on the right of the penalty area. Ruffles goes into the challenge as well, and it is a free kick to Sutton, who are about to make a change. Sutton making a change, and it's the centre forward, Ashley Naderson, who's had to go off injured, and coming on to replace him, number 19, Kane Critchlow, coming on for Sutton. So Sutton have this free kick in a really good position, just to the right of the penalty area. Simper standing over this one for Sutton. Will Brook busy organising the players in front of him, but this is a dangerous moment for Shrewsbury Town. You sense 20 minutes into this second half. Free kick comes in towards the near post, well defended by Ruffles at the near post. It's back with Simper, who will try again here. Simper pulls it back to the edge of the box, but it's well won by Ruffles. Counter-attack is on here for Shrewsbury Town. Looks for Cabia, and he finds Cabia. Here's Cabia. Perry breaking into the box. Here's Cabia. Cabia, good pace. Cabia goes on. Cabia still, and a super challenge from Jake Taylor. He made up a lot of ground there to get back and slide in on the edge of the 6-yard box and put the ball behind for a corner, but that was direct. It was really positive from Cabia, and he wins Shrewsbury Town a corner after some super play from Ruffles to create the opportunity.
Yeah, brilliant from Ruffles, reading the game, stepping out of his position to take the football, drove with it through the middle of the pitch. Timing was perfect on the pass out to Ishmael, who was electric,
Shrewsbury
wasn't he?
Corner taken by Scully, by Clucas, and eventually Lloyd on the turn. Cannot turn it in. It fell the way of Lloyd. 6 yards out, and he tried to spin quickly, and he couldn't get any sort of connection. And it's off target, and it is a goal kick. But again, it's another, but at least a half chance, maybe better than a half chance.
Yes, Stu, I think it was a real chance for George Lloyd. He couldn't seem to get his feet together to do the pivot to get his strike on goal. But really good play from Shrewsbury. We saw Ishmael Cabia there, real threat, isn't he, when he gets the ball and he's running direct at the opposition, and that's what we need to see more of. We need to see more of him, more of Scully. The press like this from Taylor Perry.
Perry winning the ball, free kick given against him actually.
I don't mind that though, Stu. I don't mind that. He's showing the Sutton player, Jake Taylor, that there's someone going to be on you. You're not having an easy run this second half, so I don't mind a little foul here and there, but it shows that you're in a game, and that's exactly what they should be showing.
Yeah, it's a good chance, wasn't it, for Lloyd? Just couldn't wrap his right foot around it, and it is still 0-0. Boyle heads it forward for Shrewsbury Town. Firework goes off here, which came as a surprise to lots of people. It's a very loud bang. And here comes Sutton down the left-hand side with Ogbonna, and he's won Sutton a corner off Hoole. And Sutton, their chance to send players from the back forward now. There's Sutton fans behind the goal their team are playing towards, making a lot of noise here. As Sutton look for the breakthrough midway point of this second half. And Sutton United, informed team in the National League, have this corner. Here comes a corner, it's an awkward one, and it's gone all the way in! They've scored! Direct to the corner! As soon as the corner was hit, you were worried for Shrewsbury Town where that one might end up, and it's gone straight into the far corner of the net. And Sutton have the lead here, just past the midway point of this second half. In this FA Cup second round tie, Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 0.
Yeah, I don't quite know what's happened there, Stu. That a goal should never go in direct from a corner like that. Something's gone wrong in there as Will Brook misjudged the flight of the ball and not moved his feet quick enough. It's hard to tell from where we are. No one on the back post to clear it. I always like to have players, old school I know, but players on the post to clear things like that. And it's ironic that the Sutton score when Shrewsbury have been on top. They've been pressing, they've been around the Sutton 18-yard box so much more, and Sutton go up, win a corner kick, and it flies into the back of the net. And like I say, I don't quite know what happened there, but Will Brook obviously has misjudged it somehow and got underneath the football. But that shouldn't happen. That should never happen in any level of football. A corner kick goes in like that.
Kai Jennings direct from a corner. Here come Sutton again as they look for a second goal. Shrewsbury in real danger here. 1-0 they trail to National League. Sutton, really untidy goal to concede from a Shrewsbury point of view. Direct from a corner, and Shrewsbury have it all to do. Sutton goalkeeper Sims went out of his area. Simper plays it forward. Hoole's got to be careful here. Hoole goes back to his goalkeeper. Will Brook clears. Ball bounces up towards halfway. Shrewsbury have about 20 minutes to try and do something about it. They are 1-0 down. Here's Lloyd. Lloyd wants a free kick. He won't get one. Richard O'Donnell, Michael Appleton's assistant, has his arms outstretched. But on we go. Here's Simper for Sutton. Ball through the middle. Chance for Harris for two. Will Brook with an important save. And headed behind by Stubbs for another corner. Will Brook with an important save there, quickly off his lines to deny Harris, and then Stubbs takes no chances. Brook's got a problem actually. He stayed down the goalkeeper.
Yeah, really good from Will Brook. Sorry Stu, I was seeing if he was okay there. He's come out, he's been brave. I think I must mention Luca Hewell there, sprinting to get back in to cover his centre halves, just using his body, his strength, just to nudge the Sutton player that was running through. I think it was Harris that was running through. Looked like he had all the time in the world to pick his spot, but Luca Hewell used his pace to get back in. I think Harris just felt Luca Hewell on his shoulder, just touched him, which then made him collide with Will Brook, and thankfully for Brook he kept the ball out the back of the net. But that all came from George Lloyd getting the ball up here, getting in front of the Sutton defender, and just being too weak. Just be stronger. Just be stronger. You're favourite to have the ball, and then you start moaning. The staff start moaning for a foul. It's not a foul. Just be stronger. Just hold the ball up and get your team up the field. Got to do better, George Lloyd there. But Will Brook, when he's called upon, he's done a great job for his team there. Thankfully he's all right. He's on his feet now.
Yeah, Chris Kitt has done what he's had to do to get Will Brook back to his feet, but Shrewsbury 1-0 down here in this FA Cup second round tie, and ominously Sutton have a corner from the same side from which they have just scored. So here comes a corner again from Jennings, headed away this time by Klukas at the near post. 18 minutes to go. Shrewsbury have had their chances in this second half, but they're one down and they're having to defend again here. Ogbonna for Sutton down the left. Challenge comes in from Klukas, puts it behind, and it's going to be a corner to Sutton. Shrewsbury in danger of falling to opposition from outside the Football League for the first time in a number of years in the FA Cup. We've had some uncomfortable moments in this competition over the years. Here comes the corner again. It's a good one. Shrewsbury headed away only as far as Jake Taylor mishits his shot. There's Jake Taylor again, heads it back into the penalty area, headed away by Stubbs for Shrewsbury. And here's Lloyd. Can he get hold of the ball? Jake Taylor with the challenge, and he's caught Lloyd here. And that's going to be a yellow card for Jake Taylor. Frustratingly for Shrewsbury Town, had Lloyd managed to evade the lunging challenge, which has resulted in the yellow card, Lloyd had a chance of getting Cabia away for a run on goal potentially.
Yeah, but do you know what, Stu? You look at that and it was a naughty tackle from Jake Taylor, but he's spotted the danger and he's thought, I'm not letting George Lloyd get through there. Then, on top of that, he's one of the smallest players on the pitch. He's straight up. He's arguing with Will Boyle. No Shrewsbury players around there going mad with the referee, showing any passion. Jake Taylor's up, he's pushing Will Boyle. I don't want to see people pushing and getting in arguments and fights on the football field, but show you want it. Show you want it, and that's what Jake Taylor's done there. He's committed a foul. Of course he has. George Lloyd's in. It's a professional foul. He's done it for the team. You don't see Shrewsbury players doing that. Need to see more from them. Need to see some more fight and aggression. That's what we call for, and that should be a given, Stu, shouldn't it? That should be a given when you cross the white line. You give everything you've got, your energy,
George Lloyd's not happy. He's talking to the fourth official, isn't he? He's had to come off the field. He's been on the end of some challenges, hasn't he, in this game? Town knocked the free kick forward. Ball could break towards Anderson in the area. Anderson after it. And now Ruffles. And Ruffles again. And it's somehow grabbed by the goalkeeper. Somehow. Looks as though Shrewsbury were going to turn it in from close range there. Anderson, Ruffles all in there. And eventually it's Jack Sims, the goalkeeper, who emerges with the ball in his hands.
Too nice against you. The football's there loose. Volley the goalkeeper in the back of the net as well. Someone go in and commit to getting the football. The ball's just trickling round there. Anderson's trying to poke his foot in there to try and nick the ball. Someone just run in there and take control and smash the ball into the back of the net. It's all too nice. But you can see if Shrewsbury put the balls in the box, they work up the field, there'll be chances. They've just got to take them. It's so important that they stay switched on and try and. I think we can look down now.
Double change on the way for
double
Shrewsbury,
change, with Anike and Marquise coming on. So that tells me we're going to play a lot more direct, use the aerial presence, but they need players around them. They need pace around them.
Yeah, Sutton are going to make a change as well. They're getting Aaron Jones ready. So Shrewsbury want to send on John Marquis and Chuks Anike, two players who have scored a lot of goals between them in their long careers. It's going to be interesting to see who will be the players coming off. Took off Scully and Cabia, didn't he, a week ago, and that was a big talking point for supporters. Here comes the Sutton change first of all. Hayden Muller, defender, one of the players who's on a yellow card. He's going to be replaced here by Aaron Jones, former Aldershot and Kings Lynn player. And for Shrewsbury Town, Anthony Scully scored twice in round one at South Shields. There'll be no round two goal for him though, he's going off. And John Marquis coming on to replace him. And Chuks Anike also coming on. It's going to be George Lloyd who's going off, and he runs straight half behind the goal. The goal the Shrewsbury are playing towards, the Gander Green Lane end goal. So Anike and Marquis coming on. Shrewsbury have more height up front now as they try and get themselves back into this cup tie. 13 minutes to go. Sutton leading Shrewsbury by 1-0. Sutton on their way to what they hope will be making the FA Cup headlines at Shrewsbury Town's expense. Still time for Shrewsbury to do something about it. Challenges go in here and players on both sides.
Could be in trouble here, Josh Ruffles.
He's been booked, hasn't he, Ruffles?
Yes.
He stayed down after a challenge with a Sutton player who's also stayed down. Referee just giving himself a bit of thinking time as he invites Chris Skitt to come on.
He's gone for it. He's got the card in his hand, Stu. Look, you saw straight away he reached for his pocket and then saw that Ruffles had stayed down. But I think it's clear to say that he's going to show him the red card as soon as he gets to his feet here.
Yeah, you can see the red card just getting ready to be produced. He was booked earlier in the second half. Ruffles down, receiving treatment from Chris Skitt, the Sutton player who was involved in that challenge, now back to his feet and able to continue as Chris Skitt helps Josh Ruffles back to his feet. And there it is, second yellow card, and now the red card produced, and Shrewsbury a goal down, and now they're down to 10 men, and they have a little over 10 minutes to try and stay in the FA Cup, shaping up to be a miserable evening for them here in South London as it stands.
Yeah, well, the task has just got a whole lot harder now, hasn't it, Stu? There'll be space now for Sutton to pass the ball around. I'd imagine that's what the gaffer will be saying to the players. Use the spare man, work the ball, tire them out. They were doing that first half 11v11, so I think it's clear to see that that's how they're going to play. Shrewsbury, though, we see how sometimes going down to 10 men ignites a team, and they use that as a bit of fire to get them going. Let's hope that that's the case and they can get the 10 players going against this Sutton 11.
So Josh Ruffles heads down the tunnel in the late kick-off in the Premier League. Liverpool leading 2-0 at Ellen Road against Leeds United. Sutton 10 minutes away from a place in Monday's FA Cup third round draw. Stubbs has got to be careful here. Under pressure from the substitute Critchlow. We've got a touch to the ball, Critchlow, and the ball does go behind it. It will be a goal kick for Shrewsbury Town. Sutton, first round conquerors of AFC Telford United in the FA Cup, closing in on what they hope will be a Shropshire double by knocking out Shrewsbury Town from the FA Cup. Two Sutton players go for the same ball there. Shrewsbury look long for Anike. Shrewsbury have to go pretty direct now, you sense, there to get back into it and try and force some set pieces or some corners maybe, and just hope that Anike and Marquis can make a real nuisance of themselves to get on the end of something. Shrewsbury knock it forward over halfway towards Hull. Here's Marquis and Hull now carrying the ball forward, looks for Anike in the middle. Anike's header off target. Good ball in, nice early delivery from Hull. Would have needed something exceptional from Anike to find the net from there, and his header was a fair way off target, and it remains Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 0, and we've got about 9 minutes to play.
That was
the upset is on here, Jamie.
Yeah, it is, Stu, but that was a great ball from Luca Huell. Put it on the money. I saw the frustration from Chuks Anike when he couldn't get his header on target. He knew what a good opportunity, good chance that was. Well done from Luca Huell. Got to keep going down that right hand side. Big final 10 minutes plus to go here for Shrewsbury.
Tom Sang about to come on for Shrewsbury, who are down to 10. Perry heads the ball on to Cabia here. Cabia to the left of the centre circle, running with the ball. Cabia still. Good pace from Cabia, good idea from Cabia, good energy. Terrific play, and he has one. Shrewsbury Town a corner, has he? No, he hasn't. Goal kick has been given, and Sam Clucas cannot believe it. He thought that was a Shrewsbury Town corner.
You can see what it means to the Sutton players, Stu, can't you? When a Sutton player makes that challenge, his teammates running over to him, going get in, running over, celebrating the tackle. You don't see that at all from Shrewsbury. We never see that.
Sam Stubbs going off here, and Tom Sang, who scored in round 1 at South Shields, coming on to replace him. How has Shrewsbury gone about readjusting, Jamie, since the ruffles?
Yeah, I think they'll go to a flat back four. I think with Boyle and Anderson, Luca Huell on the right, Clucas, Sang, Perry in centre mid, and then obviously asking Ishmael to try and get forwards and support Anike and Marquis as best he can. I think them two are going to stay as high as they can up the field. They're going to have to get through some work in the middle of the park, Sang and Perry, but there's still 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to go, but Sutton have the goal advantage and the numerical advantage. 1-0 they lead, and here they come. Ball works over halfway. Nice little flick from Simper, really good one. Picks out Eccleston. Eccleston carrying the ball forward down the right hand side. Challenge comes in from Clucas, and it's deemed to be worthy of a Sutton free kick. Clucas looks frustrated. There's no point questioning the referee. He's made his decision, and it's going to be a free kick to Sutton, who lead here by 1-0. Shrewsbury have had some difficult moments in this FA Cup over the years, knocked out of the competition a number of times by clubs from outside the Football League. Histon, Blythe Spartans, Staines, and most recently Hereford at Edgar Street in 2012 by 3-1 that day. But they are 1-0 down, and we've got about 7 minutes to play. Sutton with this free kick, better than a corner this for Sutton down the right from Simper, and Will Brook gets an important hand on that one. Flicks it behind, but it will be a corner again to Sutton, who continue to close in on what they hope will be a place in Monday's third round draw for the FA Cup. A lot of prize money at stake as well for them, so this is massive for Sutton United. 6 minutes to go, and they have another corner, same side from which they scored, direct from a corner to break the deadlock. Here comes a corner, it's an awkward one again, headed away by Anderson this time. Little flicked header from Marquis, follow-up shot from Ogbonna. Shrewsbury cannot clear, ball in the penalty area, and it's gone just wide, and that was so close from Jaden Harris to maybe putting the tie to bed, but it's just past the post, and Shrewsbury just about still have hope.
Yeah, they do, Stu. Thankfully it went just wide of the target. It was a ricochet in and around the box. No one could seem to get a real clearance on it. Dropped to Harris, who just tried to get it towards goal, tried to bend it into this far post. Thankfully it just went wide, but Sutton look really dangerous from set pieces, don't they? Put a real good ball into the box.
Anike, good hold-up play from Anike, flicks it to Cabia down the left-hand side for Shrewsbury Town. Here is Cabia, the on loan Arsenal loanee, goes for the top corner, good save. Oh, that was close. Great effort from Cabia. Whipped it towards the top corner of the net, and a flying save from Jack Sims. Tips it behind for a corner to preserve Sutton's advantage.
Wow, what a save from Sims that was. We're sat directly behind Ismail's effort there, bending right into the top corner.
Shrewsbury corner from the right hand side. Anderson's header, and unable to get a touch on that. Marquis.
No effort. Anderson won the initial header, and there was no effort from Marquis to try and get anything on that ball, to keep the ball in play. But just before that, it was a fantastic save from the Sutton goalkeeper off Ismail Cabia.
Eccleston for Sutton. Here's Perry on as a sub for Shrewsbury. Came on for England earlier in this second half. Cabia looks the most likely maybe for Shrewsbury to try and get themselves back into it, but Sutton played the ball forward here. Boyle's got to be careful, just about squeezes it back to his goalkeeper. Wilbrook clears first time. Ball goes out of play. Will be a Shrewsbury throw in the left back position. Shrewsbury, remember, down to 10 after the dismissal of Josh Ruffles. So they're a goal down and a man down here as Brook clears up over halfway. Ball doesn't quite find its way towards Anike. Used to play his football elsewhere in South London for Charlton Athletic. And free kick given against Shrewsbury again. Marquis struggling to get into the game since coming on. Always difficult, isn't it, when you're coming on off the bench in a team that's chasing a game, to try and make that instant impact. And time rapidly beginning to run away from Shrewsbury. We're into the final 4 or 5 minutes here, Jamie. Shrewsbury a goal down here.
Yeah, they really need to go at it now, Stu. Just throw caution to the wind. Maybe go man for man at the back and push players forward and try and win the ball higher up the field. It's all or nothing now, isn't it? This is the beauty of the cup. You've got to go for it. The players should know that they've got to just go through it. If you're gonna lose going out on your shield. So go for it, boys. Step forward, be brave, go man for man at the back and just go forwards and try and win the game. Try and get a goal back.
Sutton have the ball with Jones, one of their substitutes. Sutton leading by a goal to 0 under the lights here at Gander Green Lane. Shrewsbury look for Cabia. Gone close a couple of times in this second half. The goalkeeper Sims has made some really important saves for Sutton. Boyle's got to be careful here as a goalkeeper comes and helps him out. Clears long over halfway. Ball goes out of play though. Michael Appleton will be extremely concerned, watching on, arms folded. The Shrewsbury boss. Shrewsbury go out of the FA Cup, but they haven't got much longer to save themselves. All they've got for the rest of the season is a relegation strap to ensure they stay a Football League club. They play Grimsby at the Crowd Meadow on Tuesday night. Here comes Sutton, good run down the left-hand side into the penalty area. Ball into the middle, cleared by Shrewsbury, down to 10 men, remember. Sutton looking to make the most of their numerical advantage. Here's Jake Taylor, who's been everywhere for Sutton United tonight. Who gets the challenge in? Get Jamie Tolley's thoughts on his Shrewsbury player of the match shortly. Time beginning to run away though. Not long at all remaining here. A couple of minutes plus added on time. Ball at the wrong end of the field from a Shrewsbury point of view, because they're having to defend a left wing Crawley throw-in, which is taken short. Sutton still have it. Sutton leading by a goal to 0. Challenge from Hoole goes across, and it will be a Sutton corner. Shrewsbury cannot get the ball into Sutton territory to give themselves any sort of chance of forcing extra time. To the final minute, aren't we, Jamie? Just trying to look for the electronic scoreboard in the corner of the ground. Shrewsbury have to defend a corner. Here comes the corner then. She's delivered again into the heart of the 6-yard box, headed away by Anderson. Here is Cabia under pressure. He's challenged. He loses out to Harris. And Sutton, here's a shooting chance and it's over the bar. From Simper. Clears the bar. We've got to get it forward as quickly as possible. All eyes on the fourth official to see how much time they will have to try and salvage this situation. Marquis wins a header. Then he's beaten to the second ball. Here comes the fourth official. Shrewsbury will be hoping for 4-5 minutes, ideally more. Clucas takes it down, lifts it forward. Sutton deal with it. Here's Perry for the 10 men. 9 minutes they've added on time to be played. Here's Perry. Finds Cabia. Bit of disbelief from some of the Sutton supporters around, as you said. Here's Cabia. Cabia again. Cabia shoots. Oh, what a goal!
What a goal!
Ishmael Cabia. Fantastic equaliser from the Arsenal loanee as we move into 9 minutes of added on time. He cuts in from the left and cracks it gloriously into the far corner of the net. He's looked the most likely to rescue this for Shrewsbury Town. And now he does equalise in added on time. Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 1, and it's magnificent from Cabia.
Oh, what a goal from Ishmael Cabia, Stu. We had a little taster, didn't we, when he tried to bend one into that far corner 5-10 minutes earlier, and fantastic save from Sims in the Sutton net, but he couldn't get anywhere near that. Right in the corner, top corner of the net, hit with power, hit with conviction, meaning. That's what it meant to him. And now we're back in the game, one apiece. Didn't see it coming, did we, Stu? But Ishmael popped up with a bit of magic, and we're one apiece.
But here comes Sutton again. They're into the penalty area. Good challenge from Anderson. Here's Cabia. Fancies winning it, and why not, the form he's been in tonight. Here's Cabia again. He's challenged, loses out on halfway. Eccleston moves the ball in field. Simper, he's been very good for Sutton this evening, hit the bar in the second half. Here is Simper again. What an equaliser from Cabia, but Harris with the ball in from the right is an awkward one. Shrewsbury can clear with Sang with the ball forward, and it goes out of play. Shrewsbury down to 10 men here with Josh Ruffell sent off, but thanks to the individual brilliance of Cabia, they've got themselves a late equaliser. We've moved into 9 minutes of added on time. Can Shrewsbury complete the turnaround all of a sudden? If it goes to extra time, of course, playing an extra half an hour down to 10, that'll be tough, won't it?
Yeah, of course it will, Stu.
I wouldn't rule anything out though in the remaining 6 minutes or so of added time here, Jamie.
Plenty of time still, Stu. Plenty of time, but Ishmael just needs to gather his breath, have a few deep breaths, and still a big part to play in this. We need him out there. We need him getting the ball. We need him on the football, and his teammates need to get around him.
Here's Cabia, helps the ball onto Sang here, looks for a Nike. It's a good header from Boyle. Sutton got to be careful here. Taken down by Jack Taylor. And then Shrewsbury get a free kick on halfway. They want to take it quickly, and they're prevented from doing so. Free kick was taken really quickly, and that's the red card.
It's a booking, yeah.
And it's 10 aside. It's a second yellow card. I think it's Ogbonna, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was booked in the first half. It was a quickly taken free kick against him, and he has been shown a second yellow, and it is 10 aside, and it is 1-1.
I've got to say, Stu, that take my hat off to John Marquis there. He worked his socks off to win the ball back, but then he used his experience, didn't he? He looked to take the early free kick. His manager wouldn't have wanted him to do that. They wanted to set up the free kick, but he knew he was on a booking, and he knew he was going to block the ball, and that's what he's done. Used his experience to get Shrewsbury on a level playing field now, and what an FA Cup tie, Stu. This is the magic of it. Who's to say we can't go on and win it now?
Well, Shrewsbury looked as though they were living very dangerously at 1-0 down when the board was shown for 9 additional minutes, a player light as well, but now it's 10 aside, and Shrewsbury have this free kick, which is taken long by Sang up towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away by Sutton, only as far as Perry towards Chukwuemeka. Ball scrambled back to Sims, who's been very good tonight, the Sutton goalkeeper. When in the second half, he had nothing to do at all in the first half. Ball goes back to Brook. He'll be relieved, won't he? Having conceded direct from the corner. It was such an awkward ball to defend, wasn't it, for Brook and the defenders. That was 1-0. Jennings going direct from a corner, but Cabia with a magnificent equaliser, and now it's 10 aside. On we go. Long clearance from the goalkeeper. Could break towards Cabia here down the left hand side. Here is Cabia. He'll just let the ball, blatant push in the back there on Cabia, but it will be a Shrewsbury throw near the corner flag, and Clucas will take it. And Shrewsbury sending forward the central defenders to try and get on the end of something here. Anderson and Boyle making their way in there. Marquis and Nike also obvious targets. Here comes the throw from Clucas, and Taylor volleys it away, and it will be another throw. Clucas trying to throw the ball as far as he can. We are 5 minutes into 9 additional minutes at the end of this, in the end, compelling FA Cup second round tie. Nike holds the ball up, gives it to Clucas, crosses from the left hand side, ball bouncing around inside the penalty area, and Sutton do well to bring it away. Here they come, challenge from Clucas, play allowed to continue. Good challenge from Cabia, and Clucas is now shown a yellow card for that challenge. Ball out of play. Sutton with the throw. They go in field. Sutton look for Jennings, who goes back to Jack Sims, who's made some really important saves for the home side. Didn't have a chance, they were keeping out that beauty from Cabia, which has levelled it up at 1-1. And we are moving towards extra time, unless Sutton want to do something about that, and I'm sure they do. Simper on the move. Finds Eccleston crosses from the right, great ball in across the face of the 6-yard box. No one there though. In a sudden share to apply the decisive touch, and it goes out of play, and it remains 1-1.
What a dangerous ball across the box. Great that ball, was, Stu. Right in the danger area. Shrewsbury players, defenders running back towards their own goal. That corridor of uncertainty right in between the goalkeeper and the back line for Shrewsbury, but thankfully there was no Sutton player or Shrewsbury player that touched it towards the goal. It was well left in the end from Shrewsbury, but real dangerous ball there from I think it was Eccleston that was down this right hand side.
Will Brook, the goalkeeper, clears right-footed over halfway. Sutton win the defensive header. Shrewsbury knock it forward again, not with any great accuracy this time. Anderson, and it goes through to Sims, who throws it out from the back. Here's Simper for Sutton, plays the ball in field to Enike's won the ball. Enike's through the middle towards Marquis. Can he get there ahead of the keeper? Keeper lunges in really impressively to clear the danger after Enike tried to send Marquis through for a run on goal. About 90 seconds of added on time to be played here. 1-1 in the second round of the FA Cup. Sutton in possession on the edge of their 18-yard box. Cruty. Ball worked out to this right hand side. Sutton, who was so close to winning it in regulation time, have they got time for one late opportunity? They've given the ball away this time. Here's Perry for Shrewsbury Town. Perry into the feet of Enike. Couldn't find Sang, but Enike does keep the ball moving. Here's Perry, who can turn here. Is there time for one last opportunity in this match in the 90 plus minutes? Sutton have the ball. Eccleston on the right hand side for Sutton. Goes back into his own half. Long ball forward from Jones. Flag goes up for offside against Critchlow. And Shrewsbury will have this free kick.
I've got to say, Stu, just then when Taylor Perry got the football, there was a massive overload from Luca Huell down that right hand side. Taylor Perry had picked his head up, just dropped the ball over there. He was in down that right hand side. I think Chuks Enike has made a difference when he's come on. He's occupying the centre halves. Big strong boy. Use him, play the ball to him.
Shrewsbury free kick. Final full-time whistle imminent. Looks as though we could be on the way to extra time unless something dramatic happens very quickly here. Here's Enike back to goal, tries to turn and drive his way through, unable to do so. Simper for Sutton, loses out to Boyle. Lucas has been dispossessed on halfway. We're playing added on time now. A little bit more added maybe for the delay, which followed the celebrations for the Cabia equaliser. Perry's got to be careful here, facing his own goal, 10 yards inside his own half, hooks it forward. Perry again, and he's been caught late this time. And Sam Clucas quickly making the point to the referee, but that wasn't a great challenge from Eccleston. No further action taken, and the full-time whistle, or at least the 90-minute whistle, imminent here. Will Brook comes out to within 10 yards or so of the halfway line. Brook takes this free kick, clips it forward towards Sang in the penalty area. Sang for Shrewsbury. Can they win it late on? Pulls it back to Perry, there to hit maybe. Perry does shoot, always rising. And it's off target. And there is the full-time whistle at the end of 90 plus 9 minutes. But we're not done, far from it, because we are going to go into half an hour extra time. It is 1-1. It is 10 aside. And it would take a brave person to predict what happens from here on in. Jamie, what's going to happen from here on in?
I think looking at the teams, Stu, some of them players out there, Ishmael's run himself into the ground in that second half. I think McDermott will probably come on for him. Some fresh legs in the centre of the park. But I think the game's there for either side. It's just about going out and grabbing it now. Who shows they want it more? That's all it's about. Trying to dig deep, find something from somewhere. That's what it's about in this extra time period. It's hard on the legs, but it's so important that you dig deep. This is what you work all week for. Get your fitness levels to where they need to be. Try and find something, have that last push.
Let's bring Nick Southall into it. How are you feeling, Nick, after that? Or ongoing drama we have?
Relieved, really, that they've still got a chance of getting through, Jamie. Look, they've left it right to the end, haven't they? And a bit of magic from Ismail Kabir.
Yeah, it was a great strike, wasn't it? We had a little preview just before that where we tried to bend one into that far corner, into the top of the net. It was a fantastic save from Sims, but when he got it the second time round, wow, he hit it with such purpose, didn't he? Brilliant accuracy, and there was no way that the keeper was keeping that one out the net. But yeah, it's 1-1 now. Shrewsbury right back into it, 10v10 as well, with the experienced Marquis getting the second booking for Agbomu, who was a dangerous player for Sutton. So that's another plus point for Shrewsbury that he's gone off the field. But now it's about digging deep, it's finding something, it's grabbing your teammates and saying, come on boys, one last push. 15 minutes, half an hour, let's go for it, and let's try and get ourselves in this hat. Because that first half performance, you wouldn't ever have predicted this, would you? But here we are, we find ourselves 10v10, 1-1 FA Cup. This is the magic, Nick, isn't it?
Well, Jamie, you've been there and done it with Shrewsbury in the FA Cup, but I mean, where do we start, really? I suppose we'll talk more at the end about the overall performance, but just very quickly, it's just not been good enough from Shrewsbury.
No, that's what we're going to talk about. It's not been good enough. The first half was up there with possibly the worst that you could see, to be honest with you. It couldn't have got much worse, but they started the second half a lot better. Real purpose going forwards, real energy, so that was a plus point. And the goal really come against the run of play, I suppose. Directing from a corner kick, that shouldn't happen. At any level of football, that shouldn't happen. But they kept at it, they kept going, and that's a positive for Michael to cling on to. They kept trying to get forward, get up the field, and then a bit of magic. That's what you need from your players, a bit of magic to get yourself back into it. But they can go into this extra time period now, Nick, and they can go and salvage it. They can go and put themselves in the hat. Yeah,
they can. We will be staying on air until 8:30 here, so 8:30, which means we will have the verdict after this game, whether it goes to penalties or not. So Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 1, both teams down to 10 men. All the drama of the FA Cup live here on BBC Radio Shropshire and on BBC 5 Live Sports Extra 3. Let's rejoin our commentary team then to take you through all the twists and turns of extra time and possibly penalties. Jamie Tolley is alongside Stuart Dunn.
Thank you very much, Nick. Shrewsbury making a change at the start of extra time, and Ishmael Kabir, who has been fantastic and rescued Shrewsbury Town with that dramatic and superb stoppage time equaliser, has gone off, and Tommy McDermott has come on. What do you make of that, Jamie?
Yeah, I was watching Ishmael towards the end of that 90 minutes, Stu, and he was clutching at his hamstring. He looked like he was a bit sore. He was struggling to get back into his shape. I predicted that was going to be the change that was going to be made by Michael. He looked like he couldn't quite get back into his shape. He'd run himself into the ground that second half and got his team back into it. So it's up to Tommy McDermott. We know he's a high energy football player. Let's go out there. You should be fresh now. You've got half an hour to go and make a difference. So let's go and do it. That's I think what Michael would have given and said to Tommy when he's coming on the field.
So here we go then, extra time, half an hour of extra time, and if the teams are still level, it will be a penalty shootout to decide who will progress to Monday's third round FA Cup draw, which is always one of the highlights of the football calendar. It's always really good fun, isn't it, to sit down and watch it if the team you're interested in is involved. In days gone by, of course, we'd be looking forward to a second round replay under the lights at the Meadow, but no longer replays in the FA Cup from the first round onwards. That's a debate and a conversation to have for another time, I'm sure. So on we go, and there must be a winner here tonight. 10 aside, 1-1. It's been some cup tie in the end. After Sutton were much the better team in the first half, took Shrewsbury a long time to get going. Then ironically, when they started to play better in the second half and have chances, they then fell behind. The goal coming direct from a corner. But here comes a chance for Marquis.
Oh, there's a chance.
Marquis has scored. They've given the ball away. And John Marquis, on as a substitute, has been presented with the simplest of opportunities. Had to be there to put it away, and he does put it away. And at the start of extra time, Shrewsbury in front, and it's Marquis off the bench to do it. Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 2.
And I said it, Stu. I said it first half, that if you gamble, they play a high risk game. Sutton do, playing across their 18-yard box, their 6-yard box in the first half, and I said it. If you gamble, if you're brave, if you take that chance, you'll get one. And there you go. John's took his chance. He's in there. He's where he should be. He's reading the game brilliantly. You could see, I was watching it thinking he's going to play this across here. And John's read it, composed when he got his chance, and puts the ball away. 2-1.
This is his first goal for a little while. Scored a couple of goals in the early weeks of the season. Notts County away in the league, and Chelsea in the 21s at home in the EFL Trophy. But he's had to be patient. But there we are. You're always a goal scorer, aren't you? He's in the right place. 2-1.
Yeah, did you say 2-1 before the game, Stu?
I think it was decided at 90 minutes, maybe.
No, I'm not having it, Stu. I'm not having it.
There's a lot of football still to be played yet, Jamie. Sutton will have a lot to say about this, but Shrewsbury have the advantage, having looked as though they might be in danger of going out of the competition inside 90 minutes. They now lead 2-1. Kabir and now Marquis with the turnaround. What sort of effect will that have on Sutton? Here they come. Ball knocked into the penalty area, and Shrewsbury defended well. Luca Houle does a good job. Took command of the situation there with the substitute Critchlow on his shoulder. Takes no chances. If in doubt, put it out.
Yeah.
And it's a Sutton throw as they come forward down this left-hand side.
That's it, Stu. How many times do you see a defender trying to usher the ball back to his keeper, and the striker nips in and pokes it in the net? The ball's there. Take charge, just like Luca Houle did then, and clear the ball away, and then you regroup and you defend the throw-in. And look how it works out. Shrewsbury have ultimately won themselves a throw-in now, so really good defending from Luca Houle.
Shrewsbury throw in the right back position to be taken here by Luca Houle. Never did get round to asking Jamie's player of the match. We'll wait a little bit longer into extra time now. We may as well see how this develops. Anike got to play a bit more than he has, hasn't he, now? That has gone to extra time that we've seen him play so far. He's been coming on for the last 25 minutes, 20 to 15 minutes of games, but he came on with about 15 minutes to play, and now he's got to to play through the extra time period as well, Anike. But here comes Sutton, looking to come back into it. They have the ball. Ball worked out to the right hand side, 30 yards from goals. A good ball into the area, headed away well by Anderson for Shrewsbury Town. McDermott involved on as Cabia. Long ball played forward, and Nike after this one should carry through to the goalkeeper. And Sutton will be very frustrated the manner of that second goal. But from very early on, it looked as though at some stage something might happen of that nature.
Yeah, definitely, Stu. Playing that way, that high risk level of football that Sutton played, especially first half. Saw a number of times the ball got passed across the 6-yard box, the 18-yard box, but Shrewsbury weren't quite on it. They weren't quite brave enough to step up and try and read the game, read the pass that goes across. But if you do that for 90 plus minutes, you're going to get chances if you press, and that's exactly what John did. He read the ball really well and was brave. He stepped forward and then took his chance when it was there. Brilliant. 2-1.
Yeah, Sutton just misplaced pass this time from Jake Taylor. Ball goes out of play. Pitch is in very good condition here at the home of Sutton. It's also the home ground for Crystal Palace women's team, and also Crystal Palace's under 21s. Of course, Crystal Palace not too far away from here, Sellers Park. And the ball goes out of play. Crystal Palace, of course, FA Cup holders, having lifted the trophy at Wembley at the end of last season. Shrewsbury throw on halfway. They go back into their own half. Shrewsbury all about just being professional now, isn't it? And trying to see this one out. Hoole with the ball forward. It goes out off via a touch of a Sutton player.
Yeah, I think this will suit Anderson and Boyle, Stew, to be honest. Defending a 2-1 lead, 10 men, just defend. Don't try and play the ball out, don't try and be cute as centre halves, just defend. Get the ball as far away from your goal as you can. I think that'll suit them too, and they just need to stay switched on and stay solid, be professional like you just said.
Shrewsbury have a throw about 25 yards from the Sutton goal as Shrewsbury come forward down the right hand side in front of the main stand, seating at the back and terracing in front of the seats. Move breaks down this time, but Shrewsbury try and win it back. Good play from Marquis. He's had a big part to play, hasn't he? He was involved in the red card for David Ogbonna of Sutton, second yellow, and now he scored the goal, and Shrewsbury lead by 2-1. Shrewsbury throw taken here by Hoole down the line, finds Anike. Anike holds the ball up well, but then the decision goes against Shrewsbury Town in the Premier League, by the way. Late kick-off at Ellen Road. Liverpool 3-2 in front, I'm hearing, against Leeds. Just get confirmation of that for you. Sounds as though it's been an eventful game that in the Premier League, as Sutton go back to their goalkeeper. It's actually 3-3 I'm hearing now. Leeds 3, Liverpool 3. As they move into 9 minutes of added on time. Sounds familiar. Shrewsbury 2-1 in front here in the FA Cup. Clucas at full stretch, but Sutton keep the ball moving. We played 7 minutes of this first period of extra time. Sutton in possession with Jennings to Jake Taylor, and now they work it forward down this left hand side to Jack Taylor. Nice football from Sutton again, and they're all amber kit. It's good hold of play. Sutton have had some opportunities, haven't they? They'll be frustrated, very frustrated. They've contributed so much, and they'll continue to do so, I'm sure. Free kick given against Sang this time. Sutton want to make another change here. Charlie Bell's going to come on, and Bell is going to be introduced for Jaden Harris, who's had a very good game. Hit the bar in the first half, denied by Will Brook in the second half. They're going to wait for this attack to develop first of all before the change. Could see the number was being held up for Harris, but he's still in there at the moment to try and get on the end of this free kick, which is about to be taken from the left hand side by Simper, some 30 yards from the Shrewsbury goal. Simper delivers, left footed, over hit, and the ball's just going to run out of play as it knows it's going to be kept in. Well kept in by Sutton on the far side. Good energy levels from both teams here. It's 10 aside. Sutton attack down the right hand side. Clucas is going to try and let that one run out of play. Is he? Yes, he is, and he does run out of play. His experience for you, and it will be a goal kick for Shrewsbury Town. We are 9 minutes into added on the first period of extra time. Here comes the Sutton change. Jaden Harris will be reflecting on what might have been as he goes off. He's had a very good game, Harris. And on comes Charlie Bell, product of the Sutton Academy system. So Bell coming on to try and make an impact in this second round FA Cup tie. It's going to be a late finish here, whatever happens now. A long journey back to Shropshire as well for the travelling supporters, 369 of them here tonight. Ball through the middle, and here's Anike, he's away here, Anike chance, and Anike, oh, he's put it past the post. He had Marquis up with him as well, and Anike tried to place it into the bottom corner of the net, and he's put it just wide. That was a chance for 3-1 and maybe making sure for Shrewsbury Town.
Yeah, really big chance for Chucks Anike there. He found himself free as a bird, Stu, from the long ball, long clearance from Tom Anderson, taking no chances at the back. Just like I said, no need to take any chances, just put the ball forwards towards Chucks, and he found himself free as a bird. Like I say, couldn't believe his luck. I don't think he had time to pick his spot. He was on not his favoured side, on his left foot. He just tried to get it on target across the goalkeeper, but just rolled wide. But really good chance there.
Sutton in possession, midway inside their own half. Pruti, the captain, finds Jake Taylor still playing his passing game to good effect. Sutton clip it forward here. Good defensive header, well won by Hoole. And now Marquis in the right-sided midfield role at the moment, and he does well, takes it down nicely and hits it against the Sutton player who was closest to him, Jack Taylor, and it will be a Shrewsbury throw. Marquis trying to take it a little bit further forward than where the ball had gone out, and the Sutton supporters quick to tell him to get back. Hoole takes the throw, gives it to Will Brook, plays it up over halfway. Here comes Sutton, not for long, great challenge again from Hoole, who continues to impress. Plays the ball into the feet of Anike, couldn't quite find him. Here's Perry, McDermott making a good run in front of Clucas here, and Clucas plays it to the feet of McDermott. Great ball. McDermott, has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. Good idea from Clucas. I thought he'd got McDermott away there, and he's pushed in the back there. Bit of frustration from Sutton. McDermott on the ground, and he stays down. Tommy McDermott, who came on at the start of extra time.
Yeah, it's
a bit unnecessary there, wasn't it?
Exactly that, Stu. Unnecessary, a little bit stupid that you're pushing him to get the ball. Was there any need for it? Of course there wasn't. Now they're trying to drag him up off the floor. It was
a bit of push and shove now, isn't there, taking place from some of the players out there. Tommy McDermott still down. Got 3 minutes of this first period of extra time still to be played here on BBC Radio Shropshire, and also on BBC Radio 5 Live, Sports Extra 3 tonight. And it's Shrewsbury who leads Sutton by 2-1 in this FA Cup second round tie. Ball is eventually returned to the Sutton goalkeeper Sims, plays it out from the back. Sutton play a ball forward here. Bell has got it all to do to keep it in, slides in and couldn't quite keep it in. It will be a Shrewsbury throw. Tom Sang will just leave it for Hoole. He's got through a lot of work up and down this right hand side tonight, Luca Hall, picking up where he left off in the Gillingham game a week ago.
Yeah, definitely, Stu. He's had a really good night, Luca Hall. He was probably going to be my player of the match, Stu, down this right hand side. I think whatever he's been asked, he's done well. Now he's slotted into a back four on this right hand side. I think he's defended really well. He's been an out ball as well. He's had another good game, Luca Hull.
Here he is again, Hull on the ball, given it by Anderson. Hull with the ball forward towards Marquis, who chests it down. Marquis tries to turn, has the ball taken off him this time. Here comes Sutton. Sutton driving forward to the edge of the area. Shot comes in. Great save from Will Brook. Super run from Jack Taylor. He tried to go to the roof of the net with the finish. It was a really good effort and a very important tip over from Will Brook to keep it a 2-1 to Shrewsbury Town. Sutton corner though, as we move towards the end of this first period of extra time. Sutton corner as they push for an equaliser. Here comes a corner, pull back towards the edge of the shot. The shot comes in from Jake Taylor, well blocked by Marquis. Here's Sang. Sang can run forward with the ball, can he? No, he can't. He's dispossessed by Jennings. Jennings given the ball back by the goalkeeper Sims, near the halfway line, left-hand side. Jennings for Sutton. Gets his pass away to Jake Taylor. I'd love to know how many touches of the ball he's had tonight. Plenty is the short answer. Sutton still just keep the ball moving. They work it now to this left-hand side to Pruti, the captain. Plays it forward into midfield. And Sutton just putting the passes together. They go out to the right-hand side now. Shrewsbury fans stood on that far side of the ground. There weren't too many available seats for away supporters to purchase here tonight at Sutton, so lots of them stood up on the terracing, watching on, hoping their team can preserve this 2-1 advantage, but there's still plenty of time for Sutton. Jake Taylor again finds Jennings. And Sutton now with Jones on as a substitute. 2 additional minutes we will have added at the end of this first period of extra time. Sutton attacking down the right-hand side. They work it to this to the left now. Pruti, neat and tidy again from Sutton, still playing their football, not going route one at all, looking to launch it, still trying to play their football and play their way through. Here's Pruti. Pruti to Bell. Bell clips it forward down the left-hand side. Good ball looking for Jack Taylor. Hall comes across and defends it well. Then he does take it behind, and it will be a corner here to Sutton. Maybe the last opportunity of this first period of extra time. They might just have time to take it here. I think they will.
Touch a cramp there for Luca Hall.
Yes. Yeah. Luca Hall taking up his defensive position now. He's put in so much effort, hasn't he, up and down this right-hand side tonight. He's got to help his team defend this Sutton corner now, which is delivered from the left. Well headed away by Enrique, and McDermott after him. McDermott will get there. Keeper comes out and he's almost on the halfway line, the keeper, as he wins it off McDermott. Had McDermott got it away from him, he would have been away with an open goal from 50 yards out. Great play again from Sims, and he had to time it right, and he did.
It was all or nothing then, wasn't it, Stu, for Sims? He had to make the challenge.
Such an overhead ball into the area, goes straight to Brook.
McDermott did really well for taking his chance, pace, drive, going forwards, outrun the Sutton defenders. But Sims, all or nothing, like I said, and did really well to eventually block the ball off McDermott and keep it at 2-1 Shrewsbury.
Brook clears, and there is half-time in extra time. And Shrewsbury are 15 minutes away from a place in the third round of the FA Cup. John Marquis giving them the lead early in the first period of extra time, and using all his experience to be in the right place at the right time after Sutton overplayed a little bit.
Yeah, he found himself just gambling, reading the game of football, using his experience, watching where you think the football's going to be passed. I was stood up here, I've been saying it from the opening whistle, that I think if you pressed high enough up the field, you'd get a chance. And ultimately that's what they did. Marquis was in the right position, gambled that the ball was going to come across the 18-yard box, and when he got his chance in front of goal, he was cool, he was composed, and just slotted the ball into an empty net. And there you go, just from being brave, just stepping up the field, and there's your rewards. 2-1 Shrewsbury.
Nick Southall alongside us, enjoying the drama here in South London.
I am now, yes, but thank goodness Will Brook has been given a new contract, because he is proving to be such an outstanding signing for Shrewsbury, and doing what he's doing in front of the TV cameras as well would, perk up some interest from quite a number of football clubs, Jamie.
Yeah, of course, he's been brilliant. Obviously the goal, I haven't seen the goal back, the corner kick going straight in, but apart from that, he's made some crucial saves just there towards the end of the first half of extra time. He's still alive, he's still on it. when he's called upon, he's been there. He's rescued his defenders out of some sticky situations. He's been brave, sliding in at people's feet. And like you say, Nick, he's putting himself in a shop window, isn't he? He's got his contract at Shrewsbury's Football League club, but he's done brilliant tonight. And I think there'll be a few players in that back line that will be patting Will Brook on the back at the end of this fixture.
Well, let's hope they can hold on. Second half of extra time coming up here on BBC Radio Shropshire. Here's Stuart Dunn.
Thank you very much, Nick. Another late change for Sutton. Medino Vaz has come on for Jake Taylor, who's been excellent. So another change for Sutton late on. And it is as we start the second period of extra time. Not that often Shrewsbury have been involved in extra time matches in recent years, but this one is going to go 15 minutes at least more. And Shrewsbury will hope that is where the match will end. If Sutton get an equaliser, it could be on for penalties yet. Here comes Sutton, and you wouldn't rule anything out just yet, the way Sutton have gone about their task. Here they come again with Eccleston down the right. It's a clever flick from Simper, who's been very good as well for Sutton tonight. And Bell couldn't quite keep it in. In fact, the ball had gone out. It will be Sutton's throw, actually, on this right-hand side. To be taken by Simper down the right-hand side of this home ground of Sutton. They're in such good form at the moment in the National League. Here they come. Breaks to Eccleston, ball in from the right and well defended by Hoole. Really good defending. Eccleston, not for the first time, putting in a really searching low ball from the right, and Hoole puts it behind for a Sutton corner.
Yeah, brilliant from Luca Hull, staying alive, getting himself in the right position to defend the cross that comes in. Like you say, some brilliant balls from Eccleston down this right hand side for Sutton.
Sutton corner, deep one towards the far post, well claimed. As he goes, got away from him. Oh, he thought he'd claimed it, but then it gets away from him. He's actually gone down, Brook. Shrewsbury do scramble it away. Brook has stayed down. Some of the Sutton fans behind the goal don't look very happy. You can see their arms flailing in every direction. But initially it was a great take from Will Brook, and then the ball did get away from him. And Chris Skitt, who's been busy tonight, on to check if the goalkeeper's okay.
Yeah, it looked. I turned away, Stu. As soon as he went up and caught the ball, I turned away as if to say, well done, Will Brook, this is exactly what your team needed. And then I turn around and the ball's scrambling around the 18-yard box. I don't quite know what happened there. He looks in some discomfort there. He hasn't moved a great deal, has he, with Chris Skitt over the top of him. Let's hope that he's perfectly okay to continue this, because we need him. He's been a big part of this game this evening.
There's a great save in extra time, wasn't it, actually, from Jack Taylor. That was not the first important save he's had to make as well. The goalkeeper, who's still lying down on his back. Chris Skitt, very experienced football medical man, just seeing what the problem is. Town do, of course, have a goalkeeper on the bench, Eli Harrison. So Will Brook is sitting up, that's a good sign. And Chris Skitt, quite rightly, just taking his time to check the goalkeeper over here and check that he's okay, fully okay. So we're going to have a fair amount of added on to this second period of extra time. A couple of his teammates just coming over to check how the goalkeeper is, Anderson and Boyle. And it's Shrewsbury who lead by 2-1. If you're just joining us, it has been some cup tie. Sutton took the lead in the second half, past the midway point of that second half, scoring direct from a corner. The corner whipped in by Kai Jennings, missed everybody and found its way into the far corner. That was 1-0 Sutton. But Shrewsbury equalised a minute into 9 additional minutes. Beautiful goal from Ishmael Kabir. Fantastic strike, cutting in from the left and finding the top corner of the net from distance. That was 1-1. And then extra time, Sutton giving the ball away near their goal, and John Marquis on as a sub scored. Will Brook is back to his feet, which is good news, and play will restart with a drop ball near the halfway line.
Yeah, thankfully Will Brooks back to his feet. Stu, he looks like he's good to go, because we need him. We've needed him this evening. Some big moments. He's come up and saved Shrewsbury. He's done it since he's been at the football club as well, not just this evening. Big player for Shrewsbury in goals there, and I think that's probably 2-3 added minutes on top of that, Stu, that we're going to be having again at the end of this tie.
And again, for anybody just joining us, it is 10 aside as well. Josh Ruffles sent off when Sutton were leading 1-0 through a second yellow card, and then after Ishmael Kabiu had equalised for the 10 men against 11, Sutton also reduced to 10 when David Ogbonna picked up a second yellow card. So it's 10 aside. Shrewsbury leading by 2-1. Shrewsbury have a throw 10 yards inside the Sutton half. Left hand side, taken here by Clucas, and Nike goes down with Eccleston of. And it's a red card.
He's elbowed him, Stu.
It's a red card.
He's elbowed him
for Eccleston, and Nike on the ground, and Sutton are down to 9.
I was watching that, Stu, when this was all going on here. I was watching Anike, and he was having a bit of to and from with Eccleston and the other defender. There was a few pushes going on, and I think Eccleston has tried to manoeuvre himself away from Anike and just thrown his elbow out a little bit. I'm unsure of what really happened, but he's definitely caught him. But I'll tell you what that is, Stu. That's experience. That's what that is. That's 2 times Chuks Anike has come on and has got 2 red cards for the opposition. I think he's just used his experience, hasn't he? He sucked.
Well, the referee had no hesitation, did he? Kicks a water bottle in frustration, Eccleston, as he heads down the tunnel.
Yeah, get yourself off.
Suddenly 9 against 10 here.
He's done really well
this
there.
FA Cup second round tie. Well, what an eventful cup tie. It continues to be here under the lights.
Yeah, he
has. London.
He has. He's jumped up, Stu. I was watching it in front of him. He's jumped up and he's elbowed him. You can't do that.
Shrewsbury free kick will be taken here by Clucas. Takes it short to Perry. Perry for Shrewsbury. Gives it to McDermott. McDermott goes down under the challenge, and that's a foul. That's going to be a free kick to Shrewsbury Town, and
that's been brewing as well. He's just kicked the ball at his head there as well. That's been brewing. That was brewing in the first half of extra time over the far side. I think that's Simper and McDermott were having a little set to over the far side. I think McDermott's got under his skin now. It's about managing the game now. Manage the game really well.
Well, Shrewsbury have a free kick near the corner flag, left hand side. Clucas will take it. Lots of movement inside the penalty area. Ball comes in, headed down, and it's gone in. Flag is up though. It will not count.
I don't think he needed to touch it, Stu. I think it was Marquise that was in the box. I don't think he needed to touch it.
Well, the flag is up, and it won't count, and on we go. It is still 2-1 to Shrewsbury Town. Cannot take your eyes off this cup tie. Perry wins it for Shrewsbury. McDermott goes in for the challenge as well. 9-man Sutton 1, 10-man Shrewsbury 2. Here comes Sutton. Simper shoots. Oh, what a hit! And that's just off target. Could have hit that any sweeter or any more powerfully. Simper and Brook will be relieved to see that one whistle just past the post.
It was a fantastic strike from Simper. He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot to say in this fixture. He's a very good player. I'll give him that. He plays the game the right way. Really comfortable on his left hand side. He's had a good evening tonight, but he's got a lot to say. If I was in that Shrewsbury side, you'd be getting onto him. But yeah, it was a fantastic strike. But just looking back at the replay there, I don't think John actually touched the ball.
He didn't get a touch, did he? No. Boyle's header found the bottom corner of the net, but Marquis in an offside position, so the goal doesn't count, and it remains 2-1. Boyle will be frustrated about that. It was a really good header. Here comes Sutton. Simper. It's a high ball played out to the far side. Well played here by Jack Taylor down the left. Jack Taylor gets away from Marquis. Marquis with the challenge. Free kick to Sutton here. And they're not giving this up at all, are they? The National League side. They have given absolutely everything. They have asked questions of Shrewsbury Town throughout, and they still are in this game. 2-1 Shrewsbury lead. Free kick to Sutton though, about 35 yards from goal on the left-hand side. Free kick comes into the penalty area, well headed away by Hoole. Follow-up shot is well hit, and it's just wide. Good hit again. I think Brooke had that one covered, but it was a decent hit. And it's a goal kick to Shrewsbury Town, who was Simper again, who could strike a ball, can't he?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much shoot on sight now, Stu. I think he's going to probably push further forward if he can. Anything around the 18-yard box, I think he's going to pull the trigger. He's a good player though. He's had a good game this evening. I think he's been a real threat, hasn't he? Cutting in off this right-hand side.
Will Brooke clears up over halfway, looking for Anike. Ball doesn't quite reach Anike. Boyle heads it forward. Shrewsbury 2-1 up here in the FA Cup second round. Boyle plays it forward. Sutton have just about kept it in. Clucas, 35 years of age, high ball goes out of play. Sutton will have a throw on the halfway line. Sutton are going to continue to give it everything here as they chase an equaliser. They go back to their goalkeeper here, Sims. It's a pleasant night. It's a pleasant night weather-wise as well. There's McDermott with the ball through the middle. Here's Marquis in on goal. Poor first touch. Pushed out by the goalkeeper. A better touch from Marquis there. He could have had a chance of maybe wrapping it up. Marquis tackling back. Wins the ball, but Sutton it is who emerge with the ball. We've got 5 minutes to play of this second period of extra time, but you would think a fair amount of added on time to come on top of that as McDermott wins it. Tango back to the goalkeeper, Will Brooke, who clears first time. Right-footed. It's been a real battle out there, hasn't it? Shrewsbury having to work so hard here to hold on to their 2-1 advantage, even though Sutton are now down to 9. Ball played forward. Flag is up for offside. Shrewsbury free kick, and they'll just try and slow the game down now as much as they possibly can, I'm sure, Jamie. Yeah, this is about being professional, using your experience. When you get chances like this, slow the game down. Take your time on set pieces. Take your time on throw-ins, and just winding that clock down. Be professional. Keep the ball away from your goal. Use the channels. Bend the balls down there. Just about game management now, Stu, from this experienced bunch that are out there for Shrewsbury. Yeah, a lot of experienced players out there, that's for sure. As Town look for Anike, beats it in the air. Here's Marquis back to goal. Marquis tries to break into the area. Jack Taylor does a really good job for his team on the edge of the 18-yard box. Finds Bell. Well won back though by Sang for Shrewsbury to McDermott. Here's Clucas. Clips it forward down the left-hand side, looking for McDermott. No way through. Sutton can run the ball towards halfway. Shrewsbury win it back again. McDermott, oh, that's good ability. Nice dribbling. McDermott for Shrewsbury Town. He'll find Clucas here down the left. Clucas will just about keep it in. Clucas still. It's got support from McDermott. McDermott still for Shrewsbury Town, who's holding the ball up near the corner flag. He does well to squeeze it back to Clucas. He breaks into the area. Clucas goes on. Clucas still across the middle, and he couldn't find a teammate. Good effort. Boyle heads it forward now, looking for McDermott. That looks to be a shirt pull on McDermott. Play allowed to continue. Then McDermott goes down. Well done. And wins Shrewsbury a free kick. He's won a number of free kicks, hasn't he, since coming on at the start of extra time. Yeah, did McDermott really well there. Did a good job for the team. Really well there. Him and Clucas worked the ball really well down this left-hand side. When Clucas eventually got in on his left foot, he just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet to get a crisp ball in across the 6-yard box, but the ball then breaks to McDermott down this left-hand side. Good game management, good know-how, getting your body in between the ball and the Sutton player and just winning your side a free kick. Free kick taken short. Clucas to Anike is holding the ball up near the corner flag. The ball goes out of play. Sutton have Anike holding on to the ball, much to the frustration of the Sutton players. And he's going to pick up a yellow card now, isn't he? Chucks Anike for his involvement in that, just holding on to the ball. We have about a minute of extra time to be played here, but you would think there might be a significant amount of added on time at the end of extra time. Shrewsbury leading by 2 goals to 1. Ball is back with the Sutton keeper Sims. Plays it out to the left hand side. Ball played forward to Hoole. Hoole with the challenge. Ball goes out of play. Who is your player of the match for Shrewsbury Town then, Jamie? Who are you going for over the 120 minutes? Yeah, Luca Huell for me, Stu. I think he's done a great job down that right hand side.
I think he's defended really well, especially when Shrewsbury have gone down to 10 and he's dropped into that right back spot as a back four. I think he's defended really well. Number of times he's covered round and been in the right position, won his headers, won his tackles. So Luca Huell for me, Stu, again coming on the back of a brilliant performance against Gillingham as well.
Yeah, has been very good tonight, Huell. Here's Simper, good ball. Here comes Sutton again. 120th minute here, and the 9 men still pushing. Ball played forward towards Bell here down the left. Bell plays it against Perry. Is that a corner? No. Weird goal kick to Shrewsbury Town. All eyes now on the fourth official to see how much added on time. Chris Agata, the Sutton head coach, listening in with plenty of interest, asking the question before the fourth official. 5 minutes. 5 minutes of added on time at the end of extra time, so they're not there yet, Shrewsbury Town, but they lead by 2 goals to 1. Cabia and Marquis, goals coming right at the end of the 90 minutes and right at the start of the extra time, after Sutton had taken the lead with Jennings scoring direct from a corner. Will Druck clears. Shrewsbury have to keep putting in every last bit of effort here. Sutton have the ball in the centre circle. Sang, who's done well since coming on as a sub, wins it. Anike out to the right to Marquis. McDermott in the middle. Marquis in no hurry to play it into the middle. He goes short to Huell, who goes back to Anderson. High ball. It's a waste actually from Anderson. Huell underneath it turns it into a better ball in the end. Well done, Huell. And here's Sang, and Sang is fouled. He has done very well, Sang, since coming on.
He has, Stu. He won a fantastic tackle in the centre of the park just then to set Shrewsbury on the attack. Marquis going down the right hand side, but he's done very well since he's come on. This is the last push now. Big deep breaths from the Shrewsbury boys. Last push, last 5 minutes. Give your all, stay strong at the back, take no chances.
Yeah, Sang came on in the 82nd minute for Stubbs when Shrewsbury were 1-0 down. Shrewsbury take the free kick with Sang. Flag is up for an offside against Marquis, and it will be a Sutton free kick. They take it short, they go back to their goalkeeper. Shrewsbury leading by 2 goals to 1. Sutton move their way up towards halfway. They sweep the ball out to this right hand side. Here's Simper, who likes a shot. Shrewsbury won the ball back, and Nike will get there. He'll play McDermott through here, and McDermott has got a chance of breaking into the penalty area here. McDermott chance to wrap it up, and it's saved by the keeper. It was a pretty comfortable save as well from McDermott. Well played by Nike to play him through. He was breaking into the box on the angle. Wasn't easy, far from it, for McDermott, and the keeper makes a save, and Nike does well to win the ball again. Good centre forward play from Anike, just looking to run down the clock on this left hand side. Anike still, and he wins Shrewsbury a throw.
He does well, doesn't he, Stu? I tell you, you've got to give it to him.
Yellow card for Simper, by the way, of Sutton.
But that was really good play just before that. McDermott winning the ball with a slide tackle here. Anike getting the ball, waiting for Simper to come in, drawing the challenge in, releasing McDermott. Should have probably gone across the goalkeeper. You taught that low and hard across the goalkeeper to try and put your side 2-1 up, and Anike just there, all his experience and know-how to win his.
Sorry, Jamie.
He's done well, Stu, hasn't he?
Ball is back with the Sutton keeper. Sims plays it out from the back. We have about 2 minutes of added on time to play at the end of extra time. Huell with a strong challenge, really meant it, and a good challenge as well as he clears it into that terracing where the Shrewsbury Town supporters are watching on from, on the far side, on the Parkside terrace. Sutton keen to get on with it. They switch the ball to Simper. Nice control on the chest. Here is Simper running at Clucas, and he's won Sutton a throw on the right. Got about 90 seconds of added on time at the end of extra time to play. Shrewsbury leading by 2 goals to 1 against Sutton United. Sutton with Jones, plays it square. Bell on the turn. Huell after him. Bell still looking to make something happen for Sutton down the left. On he goes, and there's Huell again. Excellent play from Huell. Just shields the ball out of play. Really good play from the former Wales under 21 international Luca Huell, and that is a goal kick, and Shrewsbury are almost there. We're into the 5th and final minute of added on time at the end of extra time, at the end of this very eventful FA Cup second round tie here tonight. Shrewsbury 2-1 in front. Is Marquis's goal going to prove the decisive one at the start of extra time? Will Brook just taking his time to spot this one up. Sutton have been very, very good tonight. As Brook clears over halfway towards Marquis, who will find Sang, place it forward to the feet of Anike, who loses out to Pruti. Got about 30 seconds to go, as there's Hall again in the right place at the right time. Long ball forward, Anike after that one is offside. Will be a Sutton free kick, 15 yards inside their own half, and the home fans here just urging their team to get it forward as quickly as possible. They take it square instead to Jones. Sutton in possession on the left-hand side. Michael Appleton and his coaching staff want full time. We played 5 minutes of added on time at the end of this second period. Sutton with the ball into the penalty area, misses everybody, could break towards the far post, ball into the middle, and it's a goal line clearance. Santana somehow scrambled it away.
Offside.
Somehow the flag was up in any case. Not that Anderson knew when he got the block in, and there is the full-time whistle, and it's victory the hard way for Shrewsbury Town, who were struggling at 1-0 down, having had Josh Ruffle sent off as well. But Ishmael Kabir equalised at the start of 9 minutes of additional time to take it into extra time. Sutton were also reduced to 10 men and then 9 men. By that stage, John Marquis had scored what proved to be the winner, and Shrewsbury progressed to Monday's FA Cup third round draw after beating Sutton United by 2-1. What a match!
Oh, Stu, the magic of the FA Cup has come to light this evening, hasn't it? Who would have predicted that after that first half performance? But they started the second half with a real intent, bit of fire in the belly as well, which was brilliant to see. Ironically, it was against the run of play when Sutton took the lead from a corner kick straight into the back of Will Brook's net. But there you go, you keep fighting, you keep believing. Down to 10 men, Ishmael comes up with a fantastic bit of magic, great strike into the top corner of the net, and then we go into extra time. Shrewsbury, after that first half performance, could only have dreamt of getting through to extra time. It was that poor in the first half, but here we are, we're in the hat, and we find ourselves John gambling, creeping forwards, seeing the build-up of play, knowing that Sutton like to take a risk. They play this high-risk football where they pass the ball across their 18-yard box, and there he was, gambling, centre of the goal, open goal, composed, slots the ball in. There was chances after that. Don't forget, we were pushing forwards as well. And just at the end there, last kick of the game, Sutton put a great ball in. I think it was Simper. I think he had a fantastic night for Sutton. Really good player. Put the ball in with his right foot, and the boys were putting their bodies on the line to make blocks, to make challenges, and that's what it's all about. We could talk about the first half's action from Shrewsbury, not good enough, but you know what, Stu, who cares? We're in the hat. This is cup football, FA Cup magic, and there we are, we're in the hat for Monday.
Sutton quite rightly getting a terrific ovation from the home fans here. They have been terrific, haven't they? Sutton, you can see why they've been winning games on a regular basis in recent weeks. Their brand of football, the way they knock it around, they've got some excellent technicians as well, and they have given Shrewsbury Town a real scare here tonight, and Shrewsbury will be mightily relieved that they will feature in Monday's draw for the third round of the FA Cup, and who knows what that might bring. Shrewsbury can dream about the possibilities of that cup draw, but it is certainly victory the hard way. Shrewsbury players have gone over to the travelling fans on the far side, who have given their team a terrific ovation, and that's been returned with plenty of applause from the players. But Shrewsbury, Michael Appleton, we can see walking off with his blue and amber woolly hat, hands in pockets, and he will know his team were on the brink there tonight. A goal down, 10 against 11 at the time in Sutton's favour, and Ishmael Kabir rescued Shrewsbury Town. He always looked the most likely to come up with a rescue mission, didn't he? And it was a wonderful goal which took it into extra time, by which time it was 10 aside. Will Brook made some important saves as well. All seems a long time ago, doesn't it, since Sutton did take the lead direct from a corner. That free kick whipped in with terrific pace and accuracy from the far side by Kai Jennings, and it found its way in. That was 1-0 Sutton. And they had multiple chances either side of that, didn't they? But Shrewsbury had to defend well. Brook came to their rescue on a number of occasions as well. But once it became 10-a-side at the start of extra time, Shrewsbury were quick to take the lead early in the second half. Sutton, who did take a few risks at times inside their penalty area, punished by Marquis scoring, and that was 2-1. After that there was still plenty of drama still to come. Sutton ending up with 9 men when Eccleston was sent off after coming together, shall we say, with Chuks and Nike. And you've got to say, Nike and the other subs really having a significant part to play with their contributions off the bench tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, they had a massive positive impact coming off the bench. I think Taylor Perry, McDermott, Chuks and Nike, Marquis scoring the goal. I thought Chuks was a handful up there, wasn't he? That back line of Sutton certainly know that he came on the field. He was putting himself about. He did some brilliant experience things, and you can't buy that. Those are things that you earn with your stripes as you're playing in the Football League, and that's what he did. But like you say, Stu, they made a real impact, the substitutes, this evening.
You can see John Marquis doing a television interview, Michael Appleton as well, preparing to be interviewed as well. Certainly a dramatic tie. That is what the FA Cup is all about. Shrewsbury just about get the job done, and they can look forward to what Monday's third round draw might bring. They've beaten Sutton United in the end by 2-1. Nick Southall, it's all yours.
Stuart, Jamie, thank you. What a roller coaster ride that was for Shrewsbury Town, but it is job done. It doesn't matter how it happens, they are in the hat for the third round draw of the FA Cup on Monday. We are staying on air until 8:30 here on BBC Radio Shropshire to get your reaction to what's happened here this evening. Let's start the verdict.
BBC Radio Shropshire.
The Verdict with Nick Southall.
Well, it's fair to say that Shrewsbury, for large parts of that game, were outplayed. Now, I just need to check the date. It is the 6th of December, not 25th, as Christmas Day is soon approaching, because we just have to remind ourselves it isn't quite Christmas. But John Marquis, I'll tell you what, was given a very early Christmas present.
But here there's a chance for Marquis.
Oh, there's a chance.
Marquis has scored. They've given the ball away. And John Marquis, on as a substitute, has been presented with the simplest of opportunities, had to be there to put it away, and he does put it away. And at the start of extra time, Shrewsbury in front, and it's Marquis off the bench to do it. Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 2.
Ron says, I was almost going to turn over to watch Strictly Come Dancing. Come on, Town. Let us know your thoughts. You can call us on 0808 100 96 96 or drop me a text. And Jamie, of course, 81333. Start your message with the word Shrop. They left it very late. Ismail Kabir outstanding once again. Will Brook with some fine saves. Jamie's man of the match was Luca Hall. 2 fine games in a row for the Welsh under-21 international. Let us know your thoughts. We've got plenty of time right here on BBC Radio Shropshire.
The Verdict with Nick Southall.
BBC Radio Shropshire.
Well, in South London, the home supporters leave bitterly disappointed, and you can understand that sentiment really, because it was such a great effort from the non-league team. There looked hardly anything between them. In fact, Sutton looked the better team. If anybody had just landed on planet Earth and decided to come and watch this game, they may well have thought that Sutton were the league side. But they have got the job done in the end. Let's go straight to the lines, 0808 100 96 96. And let's hear from Tom, who's given us a call here on BBC Radio Shropshire. Tom, well, you've seen this game. What did you make of it?
How are we doing, guys? You okay? I mean, that's really a story of two halves in a way, I think. Up until we were sent down to 10 men, that was all Sutton. I mean, the goal from the corner, a bit unique, a bit different. You don't see it every day, but I think that Sutton deserved it. The first 45 minutes, I genuinely don't think I've seen us play worse. At half-time, I looked at the stats. Sutton had 326 accurate passes and Shrewsbury had 91. And the fact that Shrewsbury had a foul throw at 41 minutes was summing us up. I think that sort of sums up if you can't do the absolute basics right, you don't deserve to win a game. So we deserve to go 1-0 down. I think we were lucky to go in at half-time 0-0. I think every Shrewsbury fan will agree with me on that. But like you said, Mark showing off early Christmas present, like that's the positioning of him was fantastic. And yeah, it was a tap in, but that's where you want someone with that experience to be. Cabia, fantastic. He's been knocking on the door for so many games to get his goals, and they're starting to come through. And what a way to get us back into the game.
Yeah, you make some very good points, Tom. On the fact that clearly it's about just getting through, and we're all delighted about that. But I don't think we shouldn't ignore some of the errors again that we saw again here this evening, which have been there ever present all season, really, Jamie. Again, real question marks about the three centre halves for me, and about the combination, whether it's right or wrong. We saw the pace really of Ogbonna causing horrendous problems for Shrewsbury, especially in that first half. There's a lot for them to deal with here, because they have been gifted this victory.
Yeah, of course they have, Nick, and if you look at it, of the fixture, we could analyse the performance, and ultimately it wasn't good enough. I think everyone can see that, and like Tom's just said, the first half was really poor. I think everyone could see that. You could see that from the start of the second half, what the team talk involved at half time from Michael Appleton. It looked like he'd put a rocket up their backsides to come out for that second half. But without ignoring the performance, I think it's a key part that will be in the January window. They'll be looking to strengthen at the back. I think that's obvious, to shore up the defence, because we're obviously leaking goals, and we don't want to be doing that. But this is a one-off game, isn't it? It's the FA Cup. That's going to overshadow everything, and it's a fixture that we had to just come here and win, and that's what we've done. But if you delve a little bit deeper, there is some cracks that we need to focus on and sort out.
Tom, Ismail Kabir, just sum up how good a player he is in your eyes. Is he one of the best loanees that Shrewsbury have had, probably since the Paul Hurst first spell?
Yeah, nail on the head, sort of, almost, since Paul Hurst. Famous loanees, Henderson, sort of Colin Morris, Ben Godfrey. Yeah, he has to be up there. He's the only. But the entire game, whenever the ball was at his feet, he was going forwards. He was running forwards, and the couple efforts he had on goal before his goal, I think, were they were incredible. And the goal itself is worthy of sort of. You almost want to say it's worthy of winning a game, but just to get us back to 1-1, give us and in the dying minutes, it's extra time. Why not put your foot through it? And you can see he's getting more and more confident each game, and to see him starting to get a little bit more into the goals is fantastic to see. January we have to strengthen, there's no doubt about that. Sutton have shown us the cracks in our team. Yes, they're a league below us, but you have to say they played fantastic stuff. They were touching the ball 3 or 4 times, they were in our half, in the box, having a go at goal. We were showing up today, and that's where the cracks are. I think we have to strengthen at the back. We have to have a bit more presence in midfield. And Cabia is all over the place. I was watching on TV tonight. Sadly, I couldn't be there. But he's sort of left back, right back, up front. He's all over the place. He's an incredible player, and we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, Will Brook, I have seen the goal back. Question marks, I guess, for him with the goal that Sutton scored. But that said, some of the other saves he pulled off tonight were outstanding in front of a big national audience. I did say during the interval of extra time that thank goodness Shrewsbury saw the sense to get him on a longer contract, because Jamie, there will be clubs sniffing around him. He's proving to be one of the best signings Shrewsbury have made in probably the last couple of years.
Yeah, he really has, Nick. He's come into the football club, not a lot of experience at all, a young boy coming into it with a low knee in Harrison, coming from Manchester United, playing for his country as well. So let's not forget the fact that he's competing with him day in, day out, and to be the number one, get the number one shirt, but then be consistent in his performances like he has been the testimony to him. And I take my hat off to him that he's done brilliantly again, not just tonight, since he's been in between the sticks, and he's really pulled his defensive unit out of the mire, shall we say, in a number of occasions, and just like this evening, brilliant from him.
Yeah, Tom, brilliant call. We'd love to speak to you again. Many thanks for your time to chat to us here on BBC Radio Shropshire. Shrewsbury have beaten Sutton by 2-1. The Walsh clan say the definition of a miracle. We had a lot of text coming in when it looked like Shrewsbury were heading out of the FA Cup, and then that stopped, and so the tone of the messages has improved somewhat. Elaine in Shrewsbury, well, it was a win. First half we were awful, more effort in the second half. Ruffles did nothing except get sent off. Hall was man of the match. McDermott needs to start on Tuesday. Thank you, Elaine. Phil in Blackpool, hi Nick and Jamie. I wish I could say we deserved that, but we didn't. That was as bad as a performance as I've seen in a long time in the first half. Sutton was so much better than us, which is concerning. Let's hope Michael can bring in quality in January, especially defensively. Cheers, Phil. Still time for you to have your say as well. It's 8:15. We're on air for another 15 minutes. We will try and bring you Michael Appleton before we go off air at 8:30. Well, Jamie, look, as we've said, it is about getting into the next round, and that is all there is to it. We shouldn't forget, of course, Shrewsbury are the league team. This is a tough place to come to, because Sutton have been in really good form recently. Their league position probably doesn't really tell the real story of how things have gone in the last couple of months, ironically, since beating Telford in the previous round of the FA Cup. But to come here and, this Sutton team has got some good players in there. Ogbonna is somebody that can win you a match on his own with his pace and skill. So this was always going to be, as tough and tougher than South Shields, and we thought that one was going to be a real challenge. You don't always get it your own way in these kind of games, do you?
No, you don't, Nick. And it was a tough place to come. I think they're the informed team in the league that they're in. They've had some really good results of late, scoring goals. They looked a confident bunch. Straight from the kick-off, you could tell that they play an attractive brand of football. They like to pass the ball, high-risk football, playing across the back and the 6-yard box, and ultimately that's what brought their demise. Unfortunately, it was playing the ball out from the back that cost them. But they play a really good style of football, and this is, you could clearly see with the televised game that people were thinking this was going to be a tricky tie for Shrewsbury, and it proved to be that. But like you say, it's a one-off game, it's a cup game, and it's about coming here and going away with the victory and getting yourself in the hat for that magical third round draw. We could dwell and pick holes in the performance. I think everyone could see that the first half wasn't good enough, but we're in the hat. And that's where we wanted to be at the start. When we arrived here, Nick, we said we want to be in the hat come Monday, and that's where we are.
Yeah, but with some lessons to learn.
Oh, yeah. Some big lessons. But just touching on the fact of the January transfer window coming, Nick, on the back of this victory, which means you get more money. You're going in, and this is all money that the clubs need, the manager needs to be able to strengthen. So there's another plus point that people need to look at, the televised money that they get. Who's to say they don't get one of the big boys, big stadium, and that's more money in the kitty to strengthen the side, which we need to do.
Elsewhere in the FA Cup, let's go through what happened. Accrington Stanley were beaten on penalties by one of Jamie's former clubs, Mansfield. So Mansfield through. Weston-super-Mare are into the third round draw. They beat Chelmsford City in that all non-league tie by 2-0. Cheltenham, under the guise of Steve Cottrell, beat Buxton 6-2 at Wadden Road. What are the odds on Shrewsbury drawing Cheltenham possibly in that draw? Exeter beat Wickham 4-0. All sorts of rumours about financial problems for the Devon club, but a big win for them against Wickham. Fleetwood knocked Luton out of the FA Cup, beating them 4-2 on penalties on the Fylde coast. Grimsby, who head to Shrewsbury on Tuesday, beat Wilston 4-0. MK Dons knocked out Mickey Mellon's Oldham by 3-1. Nathaniel Mendez-Leng scoring there for MK Dons towards the end. Peterborough are out. They lost 1-0 at home to Barnsley. Port Vale saw the return of their former manager Darrell Clark with his Bristol Rovers. Well, they lost. Vale won 1-0, although Port Vale are in real trouble in League One, but they are through to the next round. Cambridge beat Stockport 5-4 on penalties after it ended 0-0 at full time and after extra time. Swindon hammered Bolton 4-0, a hat-trick there for Drinnan, and Wigan drew 2-2 with Barrow, but then went on to win 4-3 on penalties. Chesterfield 1, Doncaster 1 is a half-time in the FA Cup, so you're up to date with what was going on elsewhere. So, Shrewsbury avoiding an upset here this evening against Sutton. That would have been one of the headlines for a non-league team to knock out a Football League side. So, as we say, job done. We are hoping to hear from Michael Alperton very shortly. Let's bring you the winning moment for Shrewsbury here on BBC Radio Shropshire, because again, this was a game that had so many twists and turns, players sent off left, right and centre, but in the end it was a gift for John Marquis.
But here comes a chance for Marquis.
Oh, there's a chance.
Marquis has scored. They've given the ball away, and John Marquis, on as a substitute, has been presented with the simplest of opportunities, had to be there to put it away, and he does put it away. And at the start of extra time, Shrewsbury in front, and it's Marquis off the bench to do it. Sutton 1, Shrewsbury 2.
Stuart Dunn there with the winning goal on commentary. It's 8:20. Let's bring in Jack Groom, Shrew's Analysis on social media, who we spoke to in the build-up to this game. Jack, your thoughts?
Hi, Nick. I think lucky is the first word that comes to mind, having watched that. I'll be honest with you, the performance levels for the 90 minutes as a whole were nowhere near good enough, I don't think, and we got out of jail with that wonderful strike from Ismail Kabir. I think in extra time, Sutton probably shot themselves in the foot a little bit, trying to view it from their perspective. Obviously, the nature of the goal, the red card, they seemed to kind of capitulate, and in fairness, we did then manage the rest of extra time pretty well. But I think looking at the whole kind of 120 minutes overall, it's certainly not where we want it to be performance-wise, but we are in the hat, which you take on the hand.
Jamie?
Yeah, I totally agree. If you look back over the course of the 90 minutes, it wasn't good enough. It's as simple as that. First half especially was really poor. But like you say, it's a one-off game. You come away to a difficult place like this. Thankfully, we went in at 0-0, which I think everyone thanked the lucky stars that it was 0-0 at half-time. I think Sutton did everything bar score a goal in that first half. They were dominant. And obviously Shrewsbury started the second half a lot better. Got into the game, and like Jack was just saying, they shot themselves in the foot trying to play their brand of football in the second half. Shrewsbury gambled. Marquis, good position, took up a great position in the middle of the goal and slotted the ball away for 2-1. And like you say, we managed the game brilliantly in extra time. I think Chucks Anike, with experience that he's got up the front, sucked the Sutton players in, and obviously we've got over the line. I think the most important thing, without delving into the performances, we're in the hat Monday, and that's where we wanted to be.
Yeah. What about moving forwards, Jack, in terms of looking ahead to Tuesday? Who's put their hand up for you to start?
I think Luca Hall did okay tonight. Obviously Ismail Cabby was someone who did very well. Scully and George Lloyd had a few bright moments in the first half, but I think, kind of reflecting back on the conversation that I had with yourselves about 3 hours ago, the defence as a whole has done nothing to kind of give Michael Appleton any reason to select any of them. Sam Stubbs got booked in the first minute. Tom Anderson started very shakily, but as the game progressed did get a little bit better. But I think Stubbs in particular is someone who, does he maybe need a bit of a period out of the side, because the past few games he's been nowhere near the level that any of us need him to be at. And I think alongside that, nobody else really did particularly well, to be honest, aside from, like I say, Cabia and Hull and maybe Scully and Lloyd in glimpses. Like I say, I think in midfield we were overrun. The gaps were far too big between defence and midfield and attack. I think it wasn't young Isaac England's best game tonight. Obviously substituted when he was, I think was the right decision. He got overrun a little bit, wasn't as good on the ball as he usually would be. Josh Ruffles obviously got sent off, so that's going to take us down a player for Tuesday night, I presume, as well. So I think a lot of players will actually be leaving today having done themselves more harm than good, which is obviously not a good thing. And so, yeah, selection on Tuesday night will be interesting, given that, yes, we've won, but there was a lot of question marks over a lot of the players after the game tonight, unfortunately.
Jack, thank you. Let's bring in Chris Hudson from Salopcast. Chris, well, look, it's job done. Steve sent us a text. Lots of pressure on the players tonight. Cameras only there to see us lose. Rejoice. We should be more happier, shouldn't we, Chris?
To be honest, I'm more on Jack's side of that equation. Nick, I don't think we were terrific tonight, were we? The first half was very poor. The second half we were a lot better. Ismail Cabia especially. For those of us who watched the game on telly today, Man of the Match award went to John Marquis, which was one of the bizarrer things I've ever seen from a commentary team on television. I'm not quite sure how they came to that conclusion.
We gave it Luca Hall, don't worry. We had it sorted.
I'd have gone Ismail Cabia. I thought he was the game changer in the second half for us, and I thought that, and obviously the stunning equaliser when we were as good as dead and buried. So that's obviously changed the game. But it was a painful watch for long parts. But you know, the one bit I'll definitely agree with you on is the main thing was to get ourselves in the hat for the third round, and we're there. So we can, we get to dream again, don't we, of drawing one of the big teams, and that's what we're all hoping for now. Is it draw tomorrow night, I hope?
Monday night, 20-7.
Sorry, Monday night,
expect,
I meant,
yeah. Our timings are all out here, but look, Jamie, the key thing is that we're sounding like a broken record, but everybody's saying that it seems obvious that there's a real issue in the heart of that defence at the moment, the three centre backs, and that something needs to change. Unfortunately, at the moment, his hands are tied, aren't they, Michael Appleton? He hasn't got too many options apart from Luca Hall going in there. Josh Ruffles, who's going to serve a suspension, possibly could play in the defence, but it feels like something needs to change.
Yeah, his hands are tied at the moment. I think he's probably wanting the transfer window to come along quickly. But like I said, just touched on there, that this FA Cup run will give him funds to get players in, which Shrewsbury need. And I think it's going to be vital that we have a good transfer window. We need some strength at the back there, just to shore up things, because we're obviously conceding too many goals, which is a big thing. and we need that stability from the back going forwards, and it allows your forward-thinking players to go and express themselves a little bit more when you're shored up at the back. So we can all see that. I think it's a hard job Michael's got, because he's got what he's got at the moment, and he's trying to do the best with that. And like I say, if we can get through to January, pick up some decent results, get some players in, and then try and build for the second half of the season.
Money will be very useful as well, Chris, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously prize money for getting to the third round, and also the TV money. We've been live on TV first and second round now, and there's good money for that. I think in total that'll add up to more than 6 figures for us, so that's great. And like I say, get a good third round draw, and there could be more of that to come as well. And agree with Jamie that hopefully some of that money will be available to Michael Appleton, and it might be the difference between being able to get in an extra 1 or 2 in January or not. And ultimately our aim this season right now is to stay in the Football League. FA Cup runs are secondary, but if the money from this run helps us to do that, then all the better. So yeah, fingers crossed we get a good draw that allows us to do that.
Yeah, let's hope so. Chris, thank you. We are just 2 minutes away from crossing over to the Late Show on BBC Radio Shropshire. So Shrewsbury have beaten Sutton by 2-1. You can hear our interview with Michael Appleton soon on BBC Sounds. The best way to stay right up to date with all the latest interviews from our Shrewsbury Town coverage is by subscribing to BBC Sounds, searching for Shrewsbury Town, and click on push notifications as well. Jamie, very quickly, job done. Who do you want in the third round?
Oh, there's only one team for me, Nick, and that's
don't say
Man
Wrexham.
United. No. It's Man United.
I'm pulling your leg.
It's my team, and I never got a chance to play there. So who's to say we can't go there and cause an upset? But that's the team I'll be wishing for.
It's a shame you won't be selected for summarising that day, Jamie. But never mind. My thanks to Jamie. He'll be there. Jamie Tolley and Stuart Dunn. Thank you to Nathan and James in the studio. To our team earlier as well, Scott Harris and Thomas Berrington. Telford getting a draw at home against Southport 2-2. A decent point in the end for the Bucks. Me and Jamie are back on Monday, 6 till 7 on the Sports Hour on BBC Radio Shropshire. And as I say, you can hear the Michael Appleton post-match interview very shortly on BBC Sounds. Just search for Shrewsbury Town and you are in the right place. Thanks for tuning in. As always, job done for Shrewsbury. It wasn't pretty, but at least they are through.